Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Nu știu încă de unde am venit, ce caut aici. Plecam cu coada între picioare, acum mă scap de afiș. N-aveam răbdare să ascult deloc, acum taș și răspund după ce înțeleg ce-ai zis. Se simte timpul cum trece sau noi cum trece prin timp. Trăiesc momentul de față ca să-mi creez amintiri. Țin de familie, de prieten, de cine-i loial. Restul voia sorții, scuze, mă cheamă propriu destin. Totuși te simt, o singură șansă avem cu sorii. Sipim focul deschis, e mult mai greu când ai un scop de atins. Te uiți pe lângă tine, vezi cine a supraviețuit. Din ei se luptă să trăiască cum ar trebui. O inimă mare, doi plămâni ca să respir. O inimă mare mă inspiră zi de zi. Fă din șansa ta un vis, fă din șansa ta un vis împlinit. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Ce ale, nu știu ce să aleg. Dar ce ale. Nu te teme de moarte că nu-ți mai trăiești viața. Pune zâmbetul pe față dimineața. Du-te, ia legume fresh, fă-ți viața. Pune doar ce trebuie în trupul ăla ca un rasa. Niște mișcare ca să ungă carcasa. Binecuvântare nu e lumea prea razna. Alegerile noastre ne fac să simțim asta. Atât de multe drumuri eu, de ale. Dar ce ale.
Știi, avem o singură viață și
nu știu ce să aleg.
merită să ne stresăm în fiecare zi pentru toate mizeriile.
Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. One life, one life. One life, one life, one life. One life, one life, one life, one life. Learn it, love it, live it. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Nu știu încă de unde am venit, ce caut aici. Plecam cu coada între picioare, acum mă scap de afiș. N-aveam răbdare să ascult deloc, acum taș și răspund după ce înțeleg ce-ai zis. Se simte timpul cum trece sau noi cum trece prin timp. Trăiesc momentul de față ca să-mi creez amintiri. Țin de familie, de prieten, de cine-i loial. Restul voia sorții, scuze, mă cheamă propriu destin. Totuși te simt, o singură șansă avem cu sorii. Sipim focul deschis, e mult mai greu când ai un scop de atins. Te uiți pe lângă tine, vezi cine a supraviețuit. Din ei se luptă să trăiască cum ar trebui. O inimă mare, doi plămâni ca să respir. O inimă mare mă inspiră zi de zi. Fă din șansa ta un vis, fă din șansa ta un vis împlinit. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Dar ce ale. Nu te teme de moarte că nu-ți mai trăiești viața. Pune zâmbetul pe față dimineața. Du-te, ia legume fresh, fă-ți viața. Pune tot ce trebuie în trupul ăla ca un rasa. Niște mișcare ca să ungă carcasa. Binecuvântare nu e lumea prea razna. Alegerile noastre ne fac să simțim asta. Atât de multe drumuri eu de alei, de alei, de alei, de alei. Dar ce alei, 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 alei.
Știi, avem o singură viață și nu prea...
And welcome everyone to another deadline stream on this channel. Yeah, just a second. Thanks a lot for joining so early. Really appreciate the support. Already 6 people. Thanks a lot, guys, for joining. Hopefully you're enjoying the holidays like myself, but we have another deadline stream for FPL GW19. So yeah, we also we're getting a lot of information right now. Also about Declan Rice being out for the game against Aston Villa, but we're going to discuss about Arsenal and about all the other stuff. Firstly, hi and thanks for joining, Batman. The stream just started right now, so you're here. We are in the house. Harlotsville also, thanks a lot for joining again on the stream. Really appreciate the amazing support. Abu, G81, Rodrigo, Candido, thanks a lot, guys, for joining. Really good to see you here. Hopefully you can hear me, right? Yeah, with these holidays, I'm not sure if I can if I can stream properly. Sometimes I forgot some things, but again, it's looking like the microphone is on. So yeah, also Stuart Fletcher, thanks a lot for joining. Really good to see you here. Good evening, everyone. Going good in Ras Al Khaimah on Island, lol. Nice, nice. I'm not sure where is that island, but sounds good, sounds good. Hi Dennis, two big questions for me. Start Verbruggen or Kelleher and Captain Haaland or Cunha. For my team, personally, I have both of them and probably I'm just going to captain Erling Haaland. Now, again, I'm not sure if it's the Christmas, the holidays, but again, I just don't want to have any more headaches. And I think that Cunha is a perfectly good captaincy option. Ekitike is a good captaincy option. Even Bukayo Saka could be a nice captaincy option if you have him. But I think that I'm just going to go for Haaland. I know it's under in the way. It should be a tough fixture-ish for Manchester City. They're going to have a lot of center backs on Haaland. We know that he blanked in the reverse fixture, but again, it's still Erling Haaland. He could get something in any fixture, so probably I'm just going to captain him. Now, with Verbruggen, he's going to play against West Ham, and Kelleher, who's he's playing against Tottenham, so yeah, I would start Verbruggen. I think that he has the slightly better fixture against West Ham. So yeah, but again, both are pretty decent. I would expect most likely Brighton to keep a clean sheet than Brentford, to be honest with you, this gaming. But again, this is just my opinion. So I really need help, so unsure on transfers. Yeah, same. I made too early. I made 2 transfers last night, but again, it was a huge headache for me. Which way to go? I'm going to show you my team in a minute, but I didn't end up on Gabriel, and yeah, probably I'm just going to avoid Gabriel for some weeks now. Good luck, Dennis, and everyone for this gaming. Thanks a lot, Stuart Fletcher. May luck also be on your side. I'm freeting, so also need it. Peace out. Yeah, hopefully it's going to work out for you. Thanks a lot, guys, for joining. 11 people already. Please don't forget to leave a like, hit that subscribe button if you're new around here. But again, I know that you're subscribers already. So thanks a lot for the support. Hello, Dennis. Hi, Danny Dimitrov. Really good to see you here again. Rice out. I'm cooked. Yeah. We're going to move probably directly to the latest news. Arteta had a press conference apparently right now, and he said something that Rice is going to be. He's definitely going to be out for this game tonight against Aston Villa. Let's see how bad is the injury. I don't think that the injury is that bad, but yeah, for this game, probably he's out. Sound is fine. Thanks a lot. Dubravka, Timber, O'Reilly. 3 transfers, what to do? Timber, we're going to discuss about Arsenal, but Timber is looking like He's going to start. If you have Timber, if you have Hincapie, it's looking like they are going to start. Calafiori probably is going to miss out, and Hincapie probably is going to play as a left back. So probably I'm just going to, I would just keep Timber in your case. O'Reilly, Anderson, Cunha, Foden, Saka, Semenyo. I would sell Semenyo, Abu G81. That's what I did with my actual team. Haaland, Ekitike, bench, Petrovic, Richards, Alderete, Obi, 3 free transfers. What to do? You have players like Soboslai, Gordon, to replace Semenyo with Cunha. I would buy Cunha definitely in your team. I would just sell. Yeah, you have Cunha. Sorry, it's near Dubai, the island. It's called Marian Island. Nice, nice, nice. Hi, bro. Hope you and your family are doing good. Yeah, we're doing good. We're doing good. Enjoying the break, the holiday. Sorry for the lack of content in these days, but the schedule was really congested for me, and also for FPL. So yeah, I just uploaded my team selection yesterday, and that's it for this game. Probably. Hi, bro. I am so unsure on what to do. What I would do with you, with your team, I mean, I would sell Semenyo because the fixtures are horrible for Bournemouth. Semenyo is looking like he's going to go to Manchester City. So again, how many minutes he's going to get at Manchester City, we don't know exactly. But yeah, we don't even know if he's going to start against Chelsea. Probably, uh, probably he will. But again, it's a doubt. Hi, Harshi. So I would sell Semenyo, probably maybe Anderson. Uh, I would buy a defender probably for your team. Again, I bought, spoiler alert, I bought Dorgu for the short term. Again, it's not a pick definitely for everyone, but I think that for the next three fixtures, he's one of the best differentials and one of the most exciting players to have. So yeah, I bought Dorgu into my team. If you're interested in him for the short term, I think that he's nice. Other than that, Reacher probably I would just keep. Uh, Alderete I would just keep. And yeah, Raya, Hall, Anderson, Guardiola, Foden, Saka, Cunha, Wilson, Haaland, Voldemort, Raul. That's a pretty nice team. That's a pretty good team. Actually, yeah. I mean, Voldemort probably you're just going to keep against Burnley. Raul, decent fixture. Who would you bench between Elliot Anderson and Keane? Keane is a doubt for Everton, so probably I would just start Elliot Anderson right now. I mean, we're going to look. Let me just a second to move to my actual team, and then we're going to look at the latest news we got right now today. Keane and Grealish are doubts for Everton. Now, are they going to start? I can't give you a definitive answer on that. So probably I would just start Elliot Anderson there. Anesh, thanks a lot also for joining the stream. Really appreciate. Um, so yeah, let's just move a little bit on X, on Twitter. Also, guys, remind me to start the countdown when we are close to. Um, okay, so we can just jump this. Arsenal are hopeful that Rice's unavailability will be offset by the return of Jurien Timber. So again, good news if you own Timber, bad news if you own Rice. From the same Athletic article on Rice, so he should at least be in the squad. If I had to guess, I'd say Timber starts, Calafiori doesn't. Now, this is obviously Oscar's opinion, but yeah, this is the actual news. Declan Rice expected to miss Arsenal match against Aston Villa tonight after sustaining a knee injury. Arsenal are hopeful it will be short absence, but don't want to risk aggravating the issue. So again, if you have Rice, what to do with him? Probably just keep long term if you can bench, but just be aware that he's going to miss. He's going to miss tonight. Really unlucky for the owners because I think that a lot of people bought Declan Rice. I've sent you my team. You can check it out for sure. For sure, Dan Dimitrov. We're going to check your teams. Just a second. Just a second. Ahil Sayed. Should I do Rodon to Dorgu? That's what I just did. I sold Rodon and bought Dorgu. Again, Rodon, if he's just a bench player for you, it's not such a big priority to sell Rodon. He's going to miss 3 weeks, something like that. So you can't play him in the next few fixtures. But yeah, Dorgu, I think that is a nice option if you, I don't know, if you're looking for a short-term, exciting options, huge differential, probably Dorgu it is. Although I'm not so sure how big of a differential he's going to be. But he's going to be a differential. He's going to be a differential, or get Bowen in for Raul. Raul Jimenez, is he injured or something like that? Because if Raul Jimenez is not injured, I would just keep. He's playing against who's playing? He's playing against Brighton, right? No, sorry. Fulham are playing against Crystal Palace. So probably I would just keep Raul Jimenez honestly for this fixture than just selling him to Bowen. And Bowen, by the way, is playing against Brighton, so it's not such an easy fixture anyway. But with Raul Jimenez, you know that he's on penalties at least. So probably I would just do Rodon to Dorgu in your case. Again, Rice, as I said before, Hillside is going to miss, so make sure you have a decent option on the bench, on your bench. Other than that, your team looks fine. Hey, I have just one concern. Start Wilson or Semenyo. As I said before, Herlotsville, again, I think that Semenyo is a little bit of a doubt because of the transfers speculation. I mean, not speculation, probably he's going to go from Bournemouth to another team and probably is going to be Manchester City. Is he going to not play against Chelsea because of that? Maybe that could be a possibility. Again, I would still expect Semenyo to start, I think, or if he's not going to start, he's not going to get any minutes at all. So probably I would just start Semenyo. That's what I would do. I think that he's a. But again, if you have any doubts, Harry Wilson definitely has the better fixture. Uh, so yeah, just start Wilson if you think that he's a better pick, right? What transfers did you make, Dennis? Yeah, moving back to my team, we're going to go again. I sold Rodon to Dorgu. As you can see, he's starting in my team, and I also sold Semenyo to Soboslai. So these two were my transfers. I still have one free transfer, and I'm debating if I should make it or not, and on which player, honestly. So yeah, those my two free transfers. I bought in Dorgu last night before his rise, and also I sold Semenyo to Soboslai because, as I said before, I think that Semenyo is not going to be uh, an FPL option in the future. The fixtures are really bad. He's going to go to Man City. We don't know how his minutes are going to be there. Probably not great. So yeah, I just sold Semenyo. Bought Soboslai, who's on penalties, on set pieces for Liverpool. He's back after the suspension. I just think that he's a great value at that price. Luckily for me, I didn't buy Rice, who after night he's just suddenly injured right now. So yeah, feel bad for all the people who gone for Rice at the moment. Uh, yeah, I have one free transfer and 2.8 millions in the bank. Now, a lot of that money is I don't know, for me to have the flexibility to go, if I want to go for Gabriel, I have the money to, I don't know, sell Lacroix to Gabriel, sell Dorgu to Gabriel, or if I want to go for someone like Palmer, for someone like Bukayo Saka, I could just sell Cunha in gaming 21, 22 after his good fixture. So that's why I have a lot of money in the bank. I could do some other moves with at the moment for me in gaming 19 I have some benching headaches, to be honest with you, because at the moment you see I'm starting Minte, but I'm just not sure about the minutes. I have Elliot Anderson on the bench, and I have also Lacroix on the bench, who probably is going to be the second here on the bench. I'm just thinking, should I just play Lacroix instead of Minte, which I'm sure he's going to start. He has a decent fixture, decent chance of getting a clean sheet, amazing for defensive contributions. Again, Minte definitely has a really nice fixture. Also, he's an attacker. Usually, I would just start Minte. If I knew before that Minte is likely to get close to 90 minutes, I wouldn't hesitate at all. But right now, Minte, I just think that he's a really, I don't know, doubtful pick at the moment. Yeah, these were my two free transfers. What I can do is to just sell Minte or Anderson to someone like Gordon. Uh, I could sell Lacroix to Gabriel, but how that's going to impact my team? Again, at the end of the day, I didn't go through with buying Gabriel because I could have just sell Rodon to Gabriel, right, and avoid Dorgu at all. But I just don't think that this is the best entry point. I don't think that this is the best time to buy Gabriel. I mean, the fixtures for Arsenal are pretty bad. I'm not sure playing against Aston Villa is the best entry point to buy Arsenal defender. So that's why I think that Gabriel can wait a little bit more. The fixtures are not great, although Arsenal are the best defense in the Premier League. And if you have an easy route to buy Gabriel, probably I would just do it just because of the price rises. But yeah, Cunha good captain. Crazy. Yeah, Cunha is a good captain, definitely. If I wouldn't be captaining Erling Haaland, probably I would go for Cunha. As you can see, he's my vice captain at the moment. I mean, the fixture is definitely better for Cunha. Man City are a better team than Man United, though. He's going to get extra points for goals, for clean sheets as a midfielder. So Cunha definitely is a nice, interesting differential captain if you want to go there. But I think that Haaland is perfectly fine also. Yeah, I'm starting Semenyo and Wilson on bench one. All right, good luck, Herlotsville. Play DCL or Tavernier. Tavernier against Chelsea. I would just and DCL against Liverpool. Uh, Probably I would just start Dominic Calvert-Lewin just slightly. Again, probably. I mean, a lot of people probably are going to agree with that. Liverpool are a slightly better fixture than Chelsea, I would say, and Dominic Calvert-Lewin is the best striker in the world at the moment, right? So he's also on penalty. So probably I would just start Dominic Calvert-Lewin there. Sherab Butia. Hi Thomas Soto, thanks a lot for joining. Who to bench, Hincapie, Lacroix or Anderson? Hincapie is looking like he's going to start again. It's not 100% guarantee that he's going to start. He's going to start also probably as a left back instead of Calafiori. So I would bench Anderson from Fulham definitely and just start Hincapie and Lacroix probably. If we're talking about Lacroix versus Anderson, both are great for defensive contributions. I think that they are really similar, but I would back the Crystal Palace defense more than the Fulham defense, and also they are playing at home. And yeah, I would start Hincapie if you still have him. Hi, Ray Raisin. Thanks a lot for joining. Is Raul to Obi and Eze to Foden worth a -4 this week, or wait for next week to do it for free? Probably not. Probably not. Again, selling Raul Jimenez, who's a penalty taker, and as much as I know, he's not injured or something like that, right, guys? Please correct me if I'm wrong. Uh, I don't think that I would take a -4 to sell Raul Jimenez, who's on penalty. So probably I would just wait till next week. Sunderland away also is not the best fixture for Foden. So yeah, probably I would just wait. Declan Rice out. Yes, Biplov Tapa. Declan Rice is out. The latest news we got today is that he's going to miss against Aston Villa. Now we don't know the extent of the injury. Probably is not a big injury, but a big blow for Arsenal anyway. Missing Declan Rice. Hello, hi Vukek. Thanks a lot for joining. 90 people. Thanks a lot, guys, for joining. Really appreciate the amazing support. Um, I will decide between Gordon or Soboslai just before deadline. Yeah, I also thought about Gordon. I can still buy Gordon. Maybe if we get a league that Gordon is starting against Burnley, maybe I would be just tempted to sell, I don't know, someone like Anderson to Gordon and bench Minte, and then I would be at peace, right? Because right now I'm debating which player to start, Minte or Lacroix, which I know maybe it sounds a little bit crazy, uh, but yeah, Lacroix has that safety over Minte. Um, Hi Raduga Veruca, thanks a lot for joining. Can you look at my team, please? I'm thinking to sell Timber and Richards for Gabriel and the Man United, Everton, Newcastle defender for -4. I'm going to take a look at your team if you have the time, Radu. But looking at what you're writing there, I don't think that I would sell Timber to Gabriel, honestly, for a -4. It's looking like Timber is going to start for Arsenal. I don't think that is such a big difference between them to be worth a -4. So probably I wouldn't. Everton defender, Skin is a doubt. Are you going to buy Tarkovsky? Richards, if you want to sell Richards to someone like Chow, perfectly fine. But selling Timber to Gabriel for -4, it doesn't feel great. It doesn't feel great for me. Should I sell Richard or just wait? Because I don't know if there are any good replacements for the same price. I mean, if you want to go for someone like Dorgu as a punt for the next 3 fixtures, I think that he's amazing. But other than that, yeah, there aren't a lot of good options in defense. I mean, if you can afford Gabriel, just go there. Other than that, Keane, Tarkovsky, Van Heck, probably he's a decent option. So probably I would just keep Richards if you can. Vukek, Captain Ekitike over Haaland. I'm just going to captain Haaland. Again, if you want to go for Ekitike, he has the minutes, he's going to play. He scored 2 goals in the reverse fixture against Leeds, so I think that is a good option. But again, I just think that Haaland is better. I just think that Haaland is better. But if you want to go different, just go there. Just go with Cunha, just go with Ekitike. All of these are great captaincy options. Dennis, is double managed and double Newcastle defense a bit too risky on a free hit? No, no. I mean, on a free hit, you need to go different. Have Hall, Chow, Dorgu, and Lemons in goal. Uh, nice, nice. I like your defense. Again, I would go probably. I didn't thought so much how I would go on a free hit, but probably I would like to go for Dalot and Dorgu instead of going for Hall and Chow. Uh, Probably Dorgu, Dalot, Hall, and maybe go for the goalkeeper from Newcastle if you can do that. But I don't think, again, risky. Obviously, it is risky because Burnley could score, Wolverhampton could score against Man United. It is risky, but this is what you should do on a free hit. You should try to concentrate all your players from one team to gain the maximum value, you know, because Manchester United are playing against Wolverhampton, so you definitely need to have 3 players from Man United, and you need to have, I would say, 3 players from Newcastle, because you're going to compete against, I don't know, players like O'Reilly, players like Virgil van Dijk, uh, players like, I don't know, Thiago, and I think that definitely you should try to attack the fixtures, Stewart on a free. So yeah, just go for it. That's how I would go at least. Hello, Dennis. I send my team on Discord. Try to send me your team you on Twitter, not Nepo, and we're going to look at it. 2 questions, Timber or Calafiori, and Minte or Rogers. I think that Calafiori is not going to start, and I would just start Timber. Minte or Rogers, I would just go for Minte. Honestly, again, I'm still debating which player to start on my own team, Minte or Lacroix, but in your case, Rogers is going to have the toughest fixture, the toughest fixture of the season. So probably I would just take the risk with Minte. Hi FPL Pickle, thanks a lot for joining the stream. Really good to see you here. Hopefully you're enjoying the holidays also. Really appreciate you coming by. Rice and Timber not in the squad. Yeah, yeah. I just saw the latest news. Rice Timber is not in the squad. Okay, that's new. Uh, it's FPL Pickle, guys. So don't worry. Don't worry for the spam. Or maybe it's not her. I'm not sure. Rice and Timber not in the squad. Let me just see that. Timber is with the squad. Yeah, I'm seeing that Timber is with the squad of Arsenal ahead of Aston Villa. So yeah. Yeah, I lost the question. Sorry, guys. Um, 2 free transfer, 1 in bank, suggest transfers. So Raya, Virgil, Anderson, Collins, Senesi. Probably I would just sell Senesi. In your case, Biplov Tapa, Dorgu, again a nice option if you want to go for a short-term punt. Rice is going to be out. you could just keep him. Any plans for the new chips? I'm going to follow your lead. Not. I honestly I didn't thought that much how I'm going to use my. Yeah, this is not FPL Pickle, is a bot, so I'm just going to. Yeah, I stopped it. Yeah, it's just a fake account, so you can report it, guys, if you want. It's not FPL Pickle. It's just a bot. Hello, Dennis. I'm pretty locked in on Semenyo to Cunha. I have 3 free transfers after that. Need to replace Timber and Richards. Who do you recommend? Poe Jewel, I would just keep Timber for now, I think. And Richards, again, probably I would just keep if you have a better. If you can bench him, I would just keep Richards. Probably, I think that is great value at that price. Um, Bro, I have Calafiori. Should I take a -4 and take Dorgu, Hall, Chow? If yes, who should you pick? If you don't have any other defender to play instead of Calafiori, again, you could take a hit to buy him. Probably Hall and Chow are better long-term options than Dorgu, right? But if you want a short-term one, Dorgu is the one. Um, Wait, is Timber actually not playing? Timber is with the squad from what I saw. Um, It gets crazy in FPL this time of the year. Maybe forgive for Richards in my other transfer. Suggest triple captain this week. Erling Haaland probably. Erling Haaland probably is the best triple captaincy option. Kusanov. Hi Hassan, editor. Again, I'm not sure what you're asking there with Kusanov. I think Ateta said Timber will be playing. Oscar or someone else posted something about it. Yeah, yeah, Timber is going to start probably. Uh, Maybe you're right because free transfer could be important soon. Yeah, I mean, again, if you want to sell some of those players, I would, but with Timber, because it's looking like Timber is going to start. Now, again, I can't guarantee you that. A lot of people are selling, I don't know, Timber to Gabriel. I'm just not sure if that's worth a transfer this week because the fixtures for Arsenal anyway are pretty horrible. So, yeah, Timber is a perfectly good option. If he's going to play as a right back, that's good news for you. I might have to make another transfer then. Who should I sell Rice for? You could just keep Rice. I mean, for the future, Rice is a nice option. Uh, Now it's just that he's going to miss this game week. Yeah. So okay, guys, let's just move to see what you send me on Twitter. So, Danny Dimitrov, we're going to start with you. I'm urged to captain Saka. I'm an Arsenal fan, so there is some bias, but Arsenal need a great game versus Villa after shaky performances lately. Okay, yeah, Bukayo Saka definitely a decent captaincy option if you want to go there. One free transfer and 0.7 millions in the bank. Okay, I mean, your team looks pretty good. There are some doubts around Keane, so be aware because if Keane is going to be out, Rodon also is going to be out. So I mean, Rogers is going to came in, so not such a big problem. Other than that, Saka, Cunha, Rice, Cherky, Ekitike, Haaland. So you definitely need to make some transfers. Probably I would just sell Rodon to another defender because Rice is going to be out. So you instantly you need to play Rogers against Arsenal away. Other than that, sell Rodon to, I don't know, someone like Dorgu. You don't have a lot of money. You don't have a lot of money to upgrade. Someone like Dorgu, someone like Van Heck, someone like uh, Van de Berg, maybe. But there are a lot of good options. Maybe just go for Dorgu and play him instead of Rice. But yeah, your team is in a tough situation, I would say. Dennis is famous. No, I'm not. I'm not famous. I'm just famous with the bots. Um, would you start Richards or Timber this week? I would start Timber. I would start Timber. Again, both are a little bit of a doubt. I would say I'm not sure if Richards is going to start, but I would start Timber if I have to pick. With Rice out, my bench is Van de Berg, Gudmundsson, and Guyu. Do I sell anyone for -4? Uh, I mean, if you have to play Van de Ven against Crystal Palace, sorry, not against Crystal Palace. If you need to play Van de Beek against Brentford, it's not the end of the world against Tottenham. What should I do with Calafiori? Then I just bought him and he hasn't even played for me. Feels so horrible. I mean, probably I would just keep. If you just bought him, probably I would just keep, not Nepo. Um, I think Rogers is pretty fixture proof though with his quality and the type of goals he's scoring. I mean, yeah, but again, Arsenal is a tough fixture, probably the toughest fixture Aston Villa are going to have all season, and it's also away. So, I mean, yeah, uh, I understand. He could score long shots. But I'm not so sure he's fixture proof. I think that Aston Villa are in a good place right now. I think that they are playing really good, and definitely I can see Aston Villa scoring against Arsenal. It would not surprise me at all. Yeah, but Van den Berg is likely out. Then yes, Radu Gafiluca, probably I would make some transfers. Yeah, I sorry, I forgot about that. We got some news from Keith Andrews about Van den Berg, but he didn't help us a lot with that decision, so we don't know actually if Van den Berg is going to play or not. Why Rice is out? He has a little knee injury, and Arsenal don't want to aggravate that injury, so that's why he's going to be out for Aston Villa. Probably the injury is not that bad. So, guys, again, if you have Declan Rice, he's still a good pick long term, a decent pick long term. You don't need to rush to sell him and take -4s just to sell Rice. Probably he's going to be back sooner rather than later, but I can't guarantee you that. Oh man, thanks a lot for the advice. Good luck this game week. Yeah, no problem, then Dimitrov. I'm not so sure how helpful my advice is going to be. You just need to sell Rodon. You don't have any other choice. Guyu with 0.7 millions in the bank, you pretty much can't upgrade someone like Guyu, and probably you don't even want to upgrade Guyu. So that's the only thing you can do to have 11 playing players. Oscar Plogner, thanks a lot for joining. Hi, Dennis. Start to Anderson, Wilson, Gay. I would start Gay, definitely, and then I wouldn't start Anderson from Fulham, and from between Anderson from Nottingham Forest and Wilson. Wilson is playing against Crystal Palace, and Anderson is playing against Everton. Probably the thing is, probably I would just start Wilson. The only problem is you're going to start Wilson against Gay, which is not amazing. But if we talk about Elliot Anderson versus Harry Wilson. I would just prefer to have Harry Wilson because of the attacking threat. So probably I would start Wilson and Gay. But if you don't want to have Wilson against Gay, just start Elliot Anderson and Gay. Don't do minus fours. Yeah, good advice. With Timber, he could be benched. He could be benched. No, I think Richards in 0 or 90s. I mean, yeah, Richards also could be benched. So again, with Arsenal, I expect Arteta to line up the strongest team they have available at the moment because it's against Aston Villa. It's something like a title contender this game week. I know I'm not sure if Aston Villa are going to be uh, going for the title until the end of the season, but it's a really important game for Arsenal. They lost against Aston Villa at Villa Park and they want to do something. And I think that Arsenal are going to line up the strongest. I think that it's going to be Hincapie, Gabriel, Saliba, and Timber, right back, probably. Again, this is how I'm thinking. But again, it is a risk. Definitely, Timber could be on the bench. But who are they going to play? Could they play Ben White at right back? Maybe, I guess, maybe. Hi, FPL Elmer. Thanks a lot for joining. Really appreciate that you joined the stream. Thanks a lot. I have a huge dilemma. I want to use my bench boost, but I have Rodon and Richards, but still want to get Cunha with 1 million in the bank and 2 free transfers. Should I take a -4 or should I not get Cunha? I mean, is Richards definitely out? Because if not, you could just sell Rodon and buy Cunha and just hope that Richards is going to start. Probably that I would do. But if you're, because also mainly because I would like to keep Richards long term. So if you can just sell Rodon and buy Cunha, that's perfectly fine. And hopefully Richards is going to start for you. Yeah, but Van den Berg is likely out. Yeah. Y-Rice is out. Check DM. Thanks, no problem, Oscar. Progna, thanks a lot. Hey, matey. Cherky or Riley? Hi, Blanky. Uh, the more exciting pick definitely is Cherky, but just be aware that he's still a Manchester City midfielder. Now, at the moment, he's looking like he's he's okay to start, but yeah, probably probably Cherky if you're okay with him. Um, I don't see anything in my DMs. Mr. Blanky, also thanks a lot for joining. Cherky or Bruno Guimaraes? Cherky, I think. I don't really like Bruno Guimaraes as a pick, honestly, in FPL. Also, with Rice being out, Rodgers might have more freedom to operate. Yeah, definitely. Rice being out is just going to diminish the Arsenal chances of keeping a clean sheet, right? But again, they are going to play Merino, right? They're going to play who they're going to play. I'm missing now the names, but yeah, they still have decent players, right? Arsenal, Zubimendi, Merino. It's not going to be an easy fixture for Aston Villa anyway. But again, as you said, playing Rogers might not be the worst decision against this Arsenal team. Thanks a lot for following, Vukek. Cherky or Soboslai. I like Soboslai because he's on penalties, because he's nailed to start pretty much and play 90 minutes every game week, and he's on set pieces for Liverpool. So that's why I think that I bought in Soboslai for my own team. So I like him. Again, I'm a Liverpool fan, so maybe I'm a little bit more biased. Talking about real attacking threat, expected goals per 90 minutes, probably Cherky, right, is the better pick. But with the safety of the minutes of he's going to be on penalties until Mohamed Salah is going to be back from AFCON. I would just go for Soboslai, honestly. All sort of rumors. One is Gordon Bench and two Thiago a doubt. But who do you believe? Can we search this? Yeah, yeah, we're going to move and search. Probably this is going to be the stream for tonight. Just see the rumors and which rumors we believe. Anyway, it's a midweek fixture, so wouldn't surprise me at all. I mean, wouldn't surprise me that much for Thiago to be benched, because we know that Thiago has been benched midweek before. So just prepare to have a decent squad, because some players could be benched out of nowhere or could not make the squad list for this fixture because it's midweek. So just make sure you have a decent bench. Hi, Nuta. Thanks a lot for joining. Really appreciate the support. If money is not the problem, should I buy Dorgu or Dalot? Dorgu is a better pick long term if you're interested to have a Man United defender long term. But that's the thing. Uh, After the next three fixtures, I wouldn't be that interested to have Man United defenders into my team. So for the next three, I think that it's worth to just go for Dorgu for the upside, because he could play as a winger. And again, Dalot is still an attacking defender and he's going to play as a left winger, wing back, sorry. But Dorgu could play in that front three. And I think that I would just go for Dorgu, not interested at all about the money. I just think that Dorgu is the better pick for the next three. Now, again, if you want to have a Man United defender long term, probably Dalot is the safer pick. I agree with you. Hi, Parto. Rice and Timber will play. Rice is going to be out, and Timber probably is going to play, but yeah, it's not a guarantee, but I expect Timber to start. But Declan Rice is going to be out for sure. Declan Rice is going to be out for sure. Which goalkeeper duo would be best on wildcard, Verbruggen and Dubravka or Sanchez and Dubravka? I would like to go for Sanchez. Now that's going to block you. It's going to have a uh, to block you to have other Chelsea players if you want them. Again, maybe you want to have someone like Palmer, Enzo, João Pedro, Chaloba. But Sanchez overall, I think that he's going to be a better pick than Verbruggen overall. So I would go for Sanchez and Dubravka. I send you my team if you could give a look. Yeah, for sure, Vukek. In a minute. Sell Timber, Richards, and Van de Berg for -8. I have Rice and Goodmanson as bench cover. If yes, who to buy? Radu Gavriluța, I think that I would like to keep Timber if possible. If not, just sell Van de Berg to, I don't know, a Dorgu, a Chow if you have the money. Again, Dorgu if you want to pick short term. A Newcastle defender like Hall or Chow if you want a long term pick. Probably this would be the players I would be looking at, and also Tarkovsky. But with Tarkovsky, I just think that he is a lot of money and I'm just not sure if he's worth it. So Everton players, Man United for the short term, Newcastle defenders, Gabriel. But again, the features for Arsenal are just not amazing. But if you want to just buy Gabriel and leave him there until the end of the season, then that's also a nice option. But because I think that Timber probably is going to start, I'm just not sure if I would use a transfer to sell him this gaming, especially. If you want to sell Timber in gaming 22 to buy Gabriel, that's another story. That's perfectly fine. I don't think that I would take a -8. If possible, try to just take a -4. And yeah, with Rice, again, you could just go for someone like Soboslai or Anthony Gordon, probably, or Shade if you want to be more safe about the minutes. Should I start Rice or bench him for Anderson? You can start Rice, but he's not going to play. I mean, Arteta said clearly that they are not going to start Rice, so probably it's not going to matter. So yeah, you're going to get Elliot Anderson anyway. Crazy. Also, not seen many people talking about Villa, but are you preparing to get some Villa players from next gaming? With their form and fixtures, I think they are exceptional. I mean, they were exceptional. They were exceptional in the last few gamings, Aston Villa. But other than Morgan Rogers, I'm just not sure how many other players I want from Aston Villa. So again, he could be one, definitely. But it really depends with my squad, right? Because if I'm going to be happy with my midfielders for gaming 20, I'm not going to rush to buy Morgan Rogers, but definitely he's probably the best option from Aston Villa, I would say. Uh, so yeah, definitely. If you have a lot of transfers, you should consider to buy some Aston Villa players next gaming. But other than Rogers, again, are you going to buy Konsa? Are you going to buy Matty Cash? Maybe. I mean, maybe he could be a decent one. Watkins, again, you just can't rely on him starting every gaming. That's the problem. Should I do Timber to O'Reilly or Gay? I don't have another Arsenal defender. Abdullah, I would just play Timber. Honestly, this game, guys. If you're thinking about selling Timber, I just think that he's going to start now. Wait as long as possible. Maybe you're going to get some leaks about Timber, but Timber is with the squad. He's with the squad with Arsenal, so uh, there is a chance he's going to be on the bench. But look here, he's with the squad. He's definitely going to be involved. And I just think that if Timber is going to be fit, I just think that he's going to start, honestly. Um, hey, bro, please help. 3 free transfers, who to bring and who to play. Raya, Van de Ven, Hinkapie, Van Heck, Virgil, Van den Berg, Foden, Saka, Wilson, Bruno. You need to sell Bruno. I would just sell Bruno to Cunha straight away. That's easy. Dewsbury Hall, Haaland, Thiago, and Voltemart. I mean, I would play definitely Raya, Hinkapie, Van Heck, Virgil van Dijk, Foden, Saka, Wilson, uh, sell Bruno to Cunha, Dewsbury Hall to, I don't know, Soboslai if you can, Haaland, Thiago, and Voltemart. I would play definitely Haaland, Thiago, and Voltemart against Burnley, and I would play probably 3-4-3, something like that. If you want to go for someone like Dorgu, short term, Red Arc, Tib, that's also perfectly fine. Yeah, Vukek, I'm just seeing your message now. The one free transfer, 0.1 millions in the bank. Would you roll and who to bench? Van Dijk, Tarkovsky, Anderson. I definitely would bench Mukiele. Maybe I would put Richards ahead of Mukiele here. Wilson, Gordon, Foden, Cunha, Saka, Ekitike, Haaland. Yeah, I think that I would roll. Yeah, you have a similar team to mine. Yeah, I would just roll with this one. Because Anderson is okay. Anderson is okay. If you want to play Richards instead of Anderson in case he starts, then you can do that. But there's a risk. Obviously, Richards could just be on the bench and play for 10 minutes. Uh, Other than that, yeah, I would roll. You have Gordon, Foden, Cunha, Saka. You have a really nice team, Vukek. So probably I would just roll considering how many news we're getting at the moment. Uh, Also, Bilu Ope send me his team, suggest some moves, man. Yeah, I'm not sure if you're still here on the stream, but yeah, you have 2 free transfers, 0.1 millions in the bank. You're going to play Van Dijk. I would sell Senesi probably here. Rice is out. Anderson, Saka, Foden, Minte. I would play these 4 midfielders. Haaland, Ekitike. You can roll with this team definitely and play Van Dijk, Anderson, and Collins. Probably that's what I would do. But if you want to make some moves, Rice to Gordon to Soboslai, probably Rice to Cunha if you can somehow do that. Uh, I would just sell maybe someone like Senesi to Dorgu and Rice to Cunha and play both of them. Oh no, my bench is Richards and Mukiele. I'm finished. Richards is injured and Mukiele is against City. Yeah, yeah, but at least Mukiele is going to get defensive contributions. So so it's not that bad. And also Richards could start. Should I start Rice or bench him for Anderson? Not going to matter. Do I sell Raul Jimenez for Calvert-Lewin? I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. You're selling a penalty taker to another penalty taker, and Raul Jimenez has a slightly better fixture, I would say. I mean, maybe not against Crystal Palace, but still, I wouldn't use a transfer on that. Hi, James. Also, thanks a lot for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. Do I start Rodgers against Arsenal or play Van de Ven instead? Van de Ven against Brentford. Probably I would play Van de Ven, honestly, instead of Rogers. Maybe it sounds crazy, but yeah. Uh, should I do Timber to either O'Reilly or Gay, or do I keep him? Richards and Arete are my only covers, but Richards is injured and Arete plays City. I would just keep Timber, I think. I would just keep Timber for this gaming. Again, it's such a tough question to ask because Timber could be on the bench and then everybody's going to blame me. But the latest news, what we know so far, is that Timber is most likely to just start for Arsenal against Aston Villa, and that's also my opinion. But it's just an opinion, and I can guarantee you that Timber is going to start. Uh, but I would, if I had Timber, personally, I would just keep him. Hi, Wukong, thanks a lot for joining. Who should I replace Rice with? Welbeck, Kudus, or Anderson? So you're meaning who to play instead of Rice, right? If you have Welbeck, I think that I would start him, but also I would try to find a way to start Kudus also. So yeah, definitely I would not start Anderson from Fulham before Welbeck and Kudus. I would like to take that risk with Welbeck. I think that Herzler said something about Welbeck maybe hinting towards a start to Welbeck, and he's on penalties, great fixture against West Ham. I would just start Welbeck if you still have him. Should I swap Thiago for Ekitike? Hi Bilal Rafik. I mean, yeah, I think that Ekitike is a slightly better pick than Thiago. Overall, is it worth a transfer? It really depends on your team strategy, on your squad value. If you want to use a transfer, how many free transfers do you have? Other than that, Thiago is on penalties, has a decent fixture against Spurs, so it's not a rush to sell Thiago. But I think that Ekitike is slightly a better FPL option, yes. Bilal, thank you. Have a great evening, brother. Thanks a lot, Rayed. Really appreciate your support and joining the stream. Hi, football. Thanks, Vukek, also for joining. My bench is Richards and Mukiele. I'm cooked. I mean, yeah, Rice is 100% out, 100% out. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Uh, Keane is a doubt also from Everton. Yeah, a lot of things are happening currently. Should I do Timber and Thiago to Gay, O'Reilly, and Bowen? Probably not. Probably not. I would just keep Timber and Thiago. I think Abdullah. Hi, Juntao. Thanks a lot for joining. Raya, Virgil van Dijk, Anderson, O'Reilly, Cunha, Foden. 2.6 minutes in the bank and 2 free transfers. Okay. I would sell Semenyo. I think. Again, I sold Semenyo to Soboslai, so guys, I can. There are other options. Obviously, you don't need to buy Soboslai if you don't want to. That's what I did with my team. You could buy Soboslai or someone like Gordon probably, or someone like Bukayo Saka if you have the money to do that, and if you want. Uh, Rice is going to be out, Juntao. Should I do Rice to Gordon and Rodon to Dorgu? That's also nice. Or should I take any hits and for who? I wouldn't take any hits, Juntao. I have bench boost to play this week. If you have the bench boost to play, you definitely need to sell Rice and Rodon. And yeah, I like, as I said before, Gordon on Soboslai, Rodon to Dorgu, really nice. That's what I did. I mean, almost. Richards also is a doubt, Guyu is a doubt, but again, if you have any more chips left, guys, you need to play them because this is the last gaming you can use them. So probably it's not going to be the best bench boost for you because you have Guyu, Richards, who's a doubt. So yeah, hopefully for you it's going to be fine. Chuntao, Hi Flipication, thanks a lot for joining. Cherky, Shade or Sobo on wildcard. I would go for Soboslai, I think, because he's on penalties. If I start to injure players, will two players come off my bench or will only one be replaced? Am I going to... it doesn't matter how many injured players you're starting. If you have options on the bench to came in, they are going to came in. It's not limited to one or something like that. So will both of your players come off your bench? I'm going to start Rice and Richards, but have Mukiel and Anderson on the bench. With both, will both be replaced? Yes, both of them will be replaced. Rice probably is 100% out, so it's not going to matter that much. But you can start Rice if you want, just to flex that. Richards, with Richards, I'm not sure. He could play 10 minutes, he could play 90 minutes. It is a slightly risk, but probably it's worth taking, right? Because your other defenders are Mukiele and Anderson. Just make sure you play Anderson ahead of Mukiele, probably. I'm on wildcard. I was thinking O'Reilly and Lacroix to Tarkovsky and Chow, Anderson to Cherky, and Raul to Calvert-Lewin. Any suggestions? On wildcard, definitely, I think that Tarkovsky and Chow are better picks than Lacroix and O'Reilly, slightly. Anderson to Cherky, definitely, nice one. Raul to Calvert-Lewin, yeah. Look, Dominic Calvert-Lewin is a nice pick at that price. I don't think that he's going to score every gaming, but again, looking how he's doing in the last 5-6 gamings, yeah, he's looking like a decent pick. If you don't mind, if you want him just as a cheap enabler to play him, I don't know, when he has decent fixtures, then yeah, I like Calvert-Lewin. Definitely better than Raul Jimenez, who which the fixtures are going to be really bad for him. So I like that. Blanky. Or keep Timber and sell Rice for -4. You could also do that. Probably I would uh, slightly go and just keep Timber. Because with Rice, you know that 100% he's out. We don't know exactly the state of the injury. Probably the injury is not that bad with Rice, so he's going to be back at some point. But still, uh, it's I don't know, if you don't have any other midfielders, you need to sell Rice, right? To have a midfielder. Gordon, Soboslai, these are the picks pretty much. Um, Hi Simon Lee, thanks a lot for joining. I have Rice and Timber in starting 11, bench of Keane, Lefe, Senesi, one free transfer. What should I do? 2.2 millions in the bank. Rice is not going to play, Simon Lee. That's the latest news we got. Other than that, if you want to sell Rice, perfectly fine. If you want to keep Rice and have a good squad overall, you can do that. You have Enzo Lefe, who's going to play against Man City, so not amazing. Probably I would just start Senesi ahead of Enzo Lefe there and hope that Keane is going to play. But with Timber, I think that he's going to start. That's my opinion. Now, yeah. Probably I would just roll. Probably I would just roll because look, there are so many uncertainties at the moment, and next game week is not going to be any much more easier. Maybe some injuries are going to appear. Maybe other players are going to lose their place. So having 2 free transfers next game week could be useful for you. Also, Seamanly, Rice is out. Biraj Deb, yeah. Who to replace, Anderson or Anderson? Oh, so who to play? I would. I think that I would play Anderson from Fulham. I think that Crystal Palace Fulham is going to be a low scoring game. That's also why I'm tempted a little bit to just play Lacroix instead of Minte in my own team. So probably Anderson from Fulham, but yeah. Hi Spidey, thanks a lot for joining. Hi Dexter, thanks a lot guys for joining the stream. Don't forget guys to leave a like if you're enjoying the stream. Hit that subscribe button if you're not around here. It would be really much appreciated. Can you take a look at my team on Discord? Surely one of Timber, Calafiori, Ballard plays, right? Uh, I can, but I don't have the setup to put it on screen. So yeah. Also, guys, if you want to join the my Discord server. The links are into my description on this stream, so feel free to do so. So not Nepo. Surely one of Timber, Calafiori, and Ballard plays, right? Probably Calafiori is not going to play, but I would say yes. I would say yes. Again, it is a slightly risk, but Timber is with the squad. Let's say the worst case scenario, if Timber is not going to start this game somehow, I think that is going to get some minutes anyway. So yeah, probably you don't need to worry about that. Thiago or Bowen to start. Probably I will start Thiago because he's on penalties. Rush, thanks a lot for joining also. Do I sell Rice or bench him? If you can bench him, I would just bench him. Blanky. Hi Sean, thanks a lot for joining. Sell Rice or Semenyo for Sob if I have double Arsenal defense team wearing Hincapie. I'm thinking of keeping Rice as I'm not interested in Saka. Then just keep Rice and sell Semenyo. Semenyo is going to be a sell anyway. At some point, he's going to go to Man City probably. The fixtures are also bad for Bournemouth. So anyway, Semenyo is going to be a sell long term. So yeah, I would just sell Semenyo in that case. Sean, can you rate my wildcard team? Alisson, Dubravka. I don't think that I would go for Alisson just because we have other goalkeepers decent elsewhere, like Sanchez from Chelsea, Verbruggen from Brighton, not Flecken, Kelleher from Brentford, uh, Saliba, On a wild card, I would just go for Gabriel, honestly. I would just go for Gabriel. I think that he's the best defender in the game. And if you're going for Saliba, I would just try to find a way, Dexter, to have Gabriel there. Ciao, Mikolenko. I'm not sure if I would go for Mikolenko. Heaven is okay for the short term. Just that. O'Reilly, Saka, Rogers, Foden, Soboslai, Miley, Haaland, Ekitike Guyu. Thoughts and suggestions, please. Thanks. The wildcard draft is pretty nice. You have also Miley and also Guyu. So again, going into this congested period with two players who are not going to play a lot of minutes, like Miley and Guyu, could be a little bit risky. But other than that, yeah, I would change the goalkeeper probably. I'm not sure if I would go for Mikolenko. I would try to find a way to go for Gabriel instead of Saliba. Uh, I would go probably for Dorgu for the short term instead of Mikolenko if you want to go there. But you have Havan also, so yeah. Other than that, Foden, Sobo, Miley, Gordon could be an option, but Rogers, fair enough. He's a nice one long term. Uh, at this point, I will take 1 point from Timberlord. Yeah, after 2 goose eggs last week. Yeah, yeah. Raya to Sanchez. Hello from Malaysia. Thanks a lot, Girash. Really appreciate that you joined the stream. Good to see you here. So, Raya to Sanchez. If you, I don't know, you're in a really luxury situation when you have, I don't know, 4 or 5 free transfers, then yeah, sure, you can do Raya to Sanchez. But if that's not going to help you to do anything else, to upgrade elsewhere, then I just don't see the reason to make that move. Right now, you can always just sell Raya to Sanchez in Gaming 21, 22. But again, I think that Sanchez, yeah, is one of the best, if not the best, goalkeepers to own for the future. I mean, the short-term fixtures for Chelsea are not amazing, but Sanchez is going to be Chelsea defense is going to be really interesting for us in the future. So yeah, I like Raya to Sanchez, but if that's just if that's just it, just one free transfer, then I'm not sure if it's worth it. Thanks, Dennis. I'm worried Keane might not play. Should I even transfer Rodon out for Dorgu and bench Keane? I mean, I don't see your whole team, Sean, but yeah, Keane is a doubt. So you're correct having some doubts about Keane. Rodon is going to be out for 3 weeks. So if you have, I don't know, if you don't have any other bench players, then yeah, selling Rodon to Dorgu, that's what I did. It's a nice transfer for the next 3 fixtures. That's it. Dorgu is just a transfer for 3 fixtures, pretty much 3 game weeks. So if you want to do that, fine. If you don't, if you want to play for the long term, that's perfectly fine also. Uh, so yeah, Keane and Rodon might not play for your team. Sean, be aware of that, and yeah, just use a transfer if you can. Hi everyone, it is worth taking a -4 to bring in Cunha. I mean, looking at how many injuries we're getting at the moment, probably taking a -4 is not going to be the end of the world for you. I think that for the next three, yeah, Cunha is going to be worth that -4 because that's how we should think, right? It's not just this game week, you're buying Cunha for the next three. Uh, Wolverhampton leads Burnley. If you think that Cunha is going to do something in these three game weeks, then probably he's going to be worth that -4. And it also depends which player are you selling, because if you're selling a player like Rice who's going to be out and you really need another midfielder to replace him, then yeah, it's going to be worth probably. Now I'm seeing another rumor. Julian Timber and Calafiori have not been spotted with the rest of the Arsenal squad arriving at the team hotel. So yeah, at the moment we're getting at that point where I'm not sure which source to trust, because some sources are saying that Timber is with the squad. Another source is saying that Timber is not with the squad. So yeah, thanks for the help, I guess. It's going to be an interesting gaming anyway. Hi Shobhit, thanks a lot for joining. I'm benching Rice. So Senesi, Chow, Wilson, DCL, start three. At least one defender. Definitely. You don't need to ask me, right? You just start Chow from Newcastle. He has the best fixture probably this gaming against Burnley. And then another two players. Probably I would start Wilson and Dominic Calvert-Lewin, a penalty taker against Liverpool. I mean, yeah, probably. Probably I would bench Senesi in that case. If you have an easy route to sell Senesi, I would also do that. Also, should I play Raya Timber or Dubravka Timber to not double up on Arsenal defense? No, I think that I would double up on Arsenal defense just because I don't think that Dubravka against Newcastle is such a better pick than an Arsenal defender, you know. So probably I would just play Ryan Timber if you have them. Nothing wrong in that. Wouldn't surprise me at all if Arsenal keep a clean sheet against Aston Villa. But it's not going to be an easy fixture, definitely. Updated defender. Newcastle defense, Verbruggen, Gabriel Chow, Konate, Havon, O'Reilly. Also, who to start, Havon or O'Reilly? If you're going for a Man United defender, if you want to go for Dorgu, it would be much more interesting than having to start Havon, but I feel like you need to start a Man United defender if you have him in this fixture. So probably Havon. Dexter, wildcard team. Sanchez, Bravka, Gabriel, Tarkovsky, Chow, Anderson, Dorgu, Rice, Saka. I'm not sure if I would go for Rice, knowing that he's going to be out. This game, Saka, Foden, Cherky, Wilson, Haaland, Ekitike, Calvert-Lewin. Any suggestions? Probably I would just go for Soboslai instead of Rice there. And I don't know, Wilson. I feel like the fixtures are not amazing for Wilson, but the problem is we don't have a lot of other options. So probably you could go for someone like Gordon instead of Wilson and Soboslai instead of Rice, something like that. But again, you know better about how you want to use your wildcard, right? My information also same with you. I'm in Freed, Sanchez, Hall, O'Reilly, Dorgu, Saka, Soboslai, Cunha, Foden, Bowen, Haaland, Ekitike. What do you think? Sobo to Neto, Bowen to Thiago. I think that on a free, if you're on a free G Rush, I would just go for Florian Wirtz instead of Soboslai if you can do that. Uh, I think that I would like to go for Dalot instead of O'Reilly, just have more merited players. Uh, and yeah, pretty much that's it. Other than that, your free team looks okay. No, on a free I would go for Bone, I think, instead of Thiago. Senesi, Chow, Wilson, DCL. Yeah, I answered that. Should I sell Ballard just in case? Though I like him as an asset. Long term and don't really have anyone that I want that I can afford. Yeah, I know. I just bought a Dorgu because why not? Um, for my own team, I would just wait to see if we get anything more reliable on Timber. If I don't know, if you have some doubts, yeah, just sell Ballard to Dorgo and play him instead of Timber. I think that he's a better pick than Timber anyway, this gaming. So yeah, but it's tough. It's tough. I bought in Grealish last week for -4 and now thinking of taking him out to fund Cunha thoughts. He's a doubt. He's a doubt for this gaming. Other than that, I think that Grealish is a nice pick. It's really unlucky for you, Eliker, that he, I don't know, somehow uh, overnight he got injured because the features are decent for Everton and the Grealish is a decent pick. So, yeah. Riley to the lot also in consideration. James, I don't think that I trust James enough. I think that I would just go for Dalot. You have one transfer, one free transfer with 0.1 in the bank. They're not full. Uh, yeah, you don't really have a bench, and you need to play Alderete against Man City. Not great, not great. That uh, I'm not. You don't have the money to go from Rodon to Dorgu, right? You're missing 0.1, I think. Haaland, Ekitike, Thiago, bench, Verbruggen, Rice, Richards, Rodon. I wouldn't sell Minte to Miley just because for for a reason I think that Minte is a better pick this gaming than Miley. But another reason is the players on your bench, Rice, Richards, Rodon, could all just miss out completely. So I would like to have, I don't know, Rodon to Dorgu, Richards to Dorgu to have a backup and maybe uh, to not play Alderete in your starting 11. I need at least one of them to play. Really don't want another goose egg again. Yeah. Hi, Daniel. Corrado, thanks a lot for joining. Two to start from Tarkovsky, Wilson, or Van den Berg. Who would you pick? Definitely, I would start Tarkovsky and Wilson. And I would bench Van den Berg, who's also doubt Daniel Corrado. I would bench Van den Berg. Is there any point in just keeping Rice in starting 11 hoping he either plays 90 or 0? How strong are the rumors? Is Rice out confirmed? I just joined. Yeah, with Rice, it's not looking like uh, just rumors, because it was a pretty reliable source. So for me, from my point of view, Rice is 100% out for this gaming. But again, if you want to play him in your starting 11, it doesn't matter, right? Because another player is going to come in. Just make sure your first player on the bench is okay. Also, Andy from Let's Talk FPL shared this news, so I think that it is really reliable. It's more like an Arsenal account, this, and Rice has been with the squad and will attend game tonight. Every effort made by player and staff to have him available, but deemed too risky. Arsenal hopeful of better news on Timber, with White and Havertz also closing on returns and pushing for inclusion. Calafiori remains a doubt. So this is uh, what we know so far. Now, how you take this news? I think that Rice is 100% going to be out from what I'm reading. Uh, Job hit. Now you could just keep Rice because probably he's going to be back after this gaming. But for tonight, he's going to be out. He's going to be out. Rice to Wirtz, free transfer. Nice. Again, same only. I don't think I didn't thought that it would be me not recommending Florian Wirtz to everyone because I really like him as a player, obviously, and I'm a Liverpool fan. And I just waited finally for him to do something in FPL. And again, I think that the boat has been missed a little bit. If you wanted to buy Wirtz, last gaming probably was the best entry point. I'm not so sure long term. Again, me trying to explain why I'm not going for Wirtz and I've gone for Soboslai. I'm just not sure if he's going to be such a nice option to keep long term. The fixtures are still decent, so if you want to go for Wirtz, fair enough. But it's Arsenal in 21 or 22, then it's Burnley, which is fine. And after that, the fixtures are not that easy for Liverpool. So I just bought Soboslai because I think that with that price, he could be not better than Wirtz, but better value at least, also on penalties, on set pieces. So yeah, Rice to Wirtz, free transfer. Yeah, just have fun. Just have fun. Similarly, if you want to take a punt, I think that he's going to start for the matter. I think that he's going to get good minutes. Thoughts on Palmer, captain? Hi, Anshumat Kedia. Yeah, I mean, my thoughts are I wouldn't captain Palmer. Again, Bournemouth at home is a nice fixture, but Palmer didn't even play 90 minutes in any gaming so far, so I'm just not sure if I would risk it. If you have options like Haaland, Ekitike, Cunha, I just think that all of them are better than Palmer, honestly. But again, if you want a super differential, probably Palmer is the one. Yeah, Radu, we're going to look at your team. Riley to the lot also in consideration. I already sold Richards for Dorgu though. Oh, okay. Nice move anyway. Thoughts on Palmer captain, Sunderland at home are undefeated. I'm on a free. Yeah, Anshu Makedia, yeah, I just talked about that. I think that I would rather captain Ekitike or Cunha, honestly, than captaining Palmer because with them, you know that the minutes are better. And Cunha also probably is going to be on penalties and he has a better fixture. So yeah, if you want to go for Palmer, just go. But be aware that Palmer could be on the bench against Bournemouth. He could even not start the game. Again, I think that he's going to start, but I'm just not sure about his minutes. So yeah. Am I playing Dubravka over Petrovic again? Probably, yeah. Probably. Now let's just look at the team for Radu. Spidey also, I see that he sent me something on Twitter. Uh, so yeah, this is your team. 2 millions in the bank. Timber a doubt, Van de Beek a doubt, Richard a doubt. Yeah, now I see. Now I see your pain. So you have 2 free transfers, right? Or just one? So straight up, this would be your team because Rice is not going to play. Richards, I'm not sure if he's going to play. Um, Rice orange flag already. Yeah, Rice is out for this gaming, guys. So don't worry that much. Love the videos. Just subscribe. Thanks a lot, Daniel Corrado. Really appreciate the support. It means a lot. Just don't forget to leave a like also if you enjoyed the stream. Hopefully you're going to enjoy my content in the future. Also, hopefully we're going to see you more on the stream. Uh, and yeah, thanks a lot for subscribing. It means a lot. It means a lot. Good luck this gaming. Have a nice evening. Happy holidays, everyone. Um, so you have just one. Okay, now in order of priorities, I'm just not sure what to do. Definitely, you're just going to keep Semenyo. Probably you don't have the luxury to sell Semenyo at this point, so just buy some defenders. I think that I would take the risk with Timber starting and leave it there. Then if you have to start Goodmanson against Liverpool, at least he's going to start, right? So it's not the end of the world. But yeah, probably I would just start Van de Ven because I would like to keep I would like to keep Richards more than Van de Ven in the future, although the fixtures are not great for Crystal Palace. So I would just sell Van de Ven. You could even go for Gabriel. You could even go for Gabriel, save yourself a transfer for the future, or probably I would just go for Chow. Chow or Dorgu. If you want a long-term pick, just go for Chow. If not, just go for Dorgu. Again, if you're going to do this, you're pretty much okay. If Rice, again, if you want to take a -4, you could do that. Also, you have 1.5 still in the bank. I don't know. If you want, just sell also Rice to, I don't know, Soboslai or Gakpo. Uh, let's say Gakpo, but again, think that this is Soboslai here, or you could just go for Ekitike. I'm not sure if you have the money to go for Ekitike. Probably not, right? So again, I would just do two transfers, probably a -4. Buy Chow, Dorgu, depending on how long you want that player in, and I don't know, buy someone like Gordon, Gakpo, Soboslai. That's it. That's it. And if someone like Timber somehow is not going to play, you have Goodmanson at least. And other than that, your team probably should be fine. Probably should be fine. Should I go for Ekitike round 2? I mean, why not? Why not? Sunderland definitely is not going to be an easy fixture. Ekitike scored 2 goals against Sunderland in the reverse fixture. Um, hey all. Hi Gavin Hartzenberg. Thanks a lot for joining. Really good to see you here. Good evening also. Um, yeah, so somebody send me a team. Spidey, are you here? Simon Lee, roll remaining free transfers. You have one remaining free transfer. Yeah, I would just roll. Hopefully, Timber or Keane is going to start, right? Cunha, Foden, Rice, Semenyo. You have, uh, yeah. Again, if you want to sell Rice or Semenyo, probably Rice to Soboslai. I like that also. It really depends which players you want long term. You could sell Rice to Soboslai, you could sell Rice to Anthony Gordon. In defense, probably I would just leave it like that for now. Senesi is going to be a player you need to sell at some point, I think. But for now, your team is okay. Happy holidays. Happy holidays. Um, Also, Gavin, thanks a lot. Bro, should I go for -12? I mean, what question is that? What question is that? Look, Mana, Leaf. Thanks a lot for joining the stream, by the way. But which players are you planning to buy for that -12? Let's try to argue against it, or for the -12. Who knows? Sunderland already locked Haaland out once. Yeah. Uh, Captain on Cunha at the moment, but the high percentage on Haaland is scary. Yeah. Yeah, I'm probably going to captain Haaland. I know it's boring, but I don't know. Maybe it's just because of the holidays, Christmas, New Eve. I just don't want to have any more headaches. I'm going to leave it like that with Haaland captaincy. He's never a bad pick anyway, so hopefully he can do something. It's not going to help my rank a lot, but yeah. So for Spidey, 0.6 millions in the bank. I'm not sure how many free transfers do you have. Verbruggen, Van Dijk, O'Reilly, Dorgu, really nice defense there. Anderson, Cunha, Gordon, Foden, Ekitike, Bowen, Haaland. This is a perfectly good team to just roll. Spidey. Now, I'm not sure how many free transfers do you have, but yeah, if you want to sell Rice again to Soboslai, I guess that's also fine. And play Soboslai instead of Anderson. That's viable. Start Richards or Chaka. Hi Nutanon. Thanks a lot for joining. Richards or Chaka. Chaka against Man City. Probably I will start Richards, but bear in mind that Richards is a doubt anyway for this game. But again, hoping that he's going to start, probably I would just start Richards ahead of Chaka. I think that is a better pick. Hi Dennis, hi Koig11, thanks a lot for joining. I'm free eating. Any suggestions? Go with three players from Liverpool. Probably, I don't know, I would go something like Frimpong, Wirtz, Ekitike, I would say. Uh, Dorgu, Dalot from Man United, Cunha from Man United, Gordon from Newcastle if we get a league that he's starting. Hall probably from Newcastle. Other than that, yeah, Haaland, Ekitike, Foden, Cunha, Gordon. These are the players I would go on a free. Bring in Dalot and Soboslai for Timber and Lefe for -4 or roll. Hi Ron Bolger, thanks a lot for joining. Timber, again, it really depends what do you think about Timber. If you think that Timber is going to start, which I think that it's most likely, I would just keep Timber probably and not do that transfer. Dalot, again, he's nice for the next three, but you don't want a Man United defender after that, so he's going to be another transfer waiting to happen. Uh, Enzo Lefe to Soboslai, yeah, I like that transfer, but again, it is necessary for -4, probably not. If you can do that for free, that's better. But yeah, if you think that Timber is not going to start, yeah, just sell Timber to Dalot or Dorgu. I already buy Jacob and Dalot, bro. You bought Jacob Murphy and Dalot since Rice missing for this game. Should I? I mean, look, Manalif, if you have another player to play instead of Rice, probably I would just stop taking the hits and just play that player. If you don't have any other player who's going to came in instead of Rice, yeah, just do the -4 if you don't have any other options. Used up 2 free transfers for Enzo plus Chaloba to Dorgo and Gordon. Okay, okay, nice, nice. Would you start Calvert-Lewin, Thiago, or Semenyo? I would start Thiago. I would start Thiago from those three. Neval, yeah. Will Richards play? I wish I can give you the answer, guys. Let's see the team for MD and then let's see what we know for the latest news from the press conferences today. So from MD, Sakib, this is a really nice team. Yeah, I would start Thiago instead of Anderson here, MD, and I would try to find a way to start Virgil van Dijk, honestly, probably even instead of O'Reilly or instead of Minte if you, I don't know, if you're not sure on Minte. So this is the latest news on Thiago. Thiago had a bit of an issue, but nothing to do with his injury last season at all. This time of year takes it all. Okay, I mean, that's a pretty positive update. I'm not sure. Let's just go quick and see the latest news. I think Jacob Murphy Newcastle will perform, bro. Good luck with that. Again, the only problem with Jacob Murphy is I'm not sure if he's going to start all the games. That's all. But other than that, I had him in my FPL team last year. So yeah, good luck to you. Used up. Would you start? Yeah. Hi, DM McDonald's. Thanks a lot for joining. Hope you're well. Thanks a lot. Hope you're well also. Thoughts? Keane, Gabriel, Timber, Gay, Rogers, Neto, Foden, Haaland, Ekitike, Thiago. You don't have, yeah, you have also Haaland. Yeah, I like your team. I like your team. Again, Rice is going to be out. Keane is a doubt. So, yeah, but obviously you know that McDonald. Other than that, hopefully your players are going to play, but yeah, they are looking okay. Rodgers against Arsenal is not amazing, but he's good for the long term. Uh, Zaida Lomar, is Ramsdale good for today? Now, good question. We're going to look at what Eddie Howe said. I think that yes, I think that Pope is not going to start yet, but I can guarantee you 100% that Pope is not going to start for my team. Who would you recommend I replace Ballard with if Timber is out? Again, Man United defenders, Newcastle defenders, probably Hall or Chow, and maybe Tarkovsky. But probably Newcastle defenders if you don't have them, just for me to prepare if get some last minute news. Dennis, what to do with Grealish? Would you start Tavernier over him? And if not, who would you go for with 4.6.4 millions? Yeah, probably you can't afford Soboslai, right? Uh, in that case, honestly, I would just roll and sell Grealish another week. Hopefully, he's going to play because at that price, there aren't a lot of good options, honestly. If I look at midfielders, 6.5, it's Wilson, not great this week, I would say. Kudus, probably Kudus is the most interesting one at that price, I would say. Enzo Lefe, yeah, probably Kudus at that price. Hey mate, hi Hitesh Gewali, thanks a lot for joining the stream. Really appreciate the support. Hope you're doing well. Um, have 5.4. Yeah. Sell Semenyo to Gordon or Minte. I would sell Semenyo to Gordon. If you have the choice, I would just go for Gordon. Again, there are some doubts right now that Gordon is benched against Burnley, but I would just wait a little bit more before doing that transfer. And I think that Gordon is a better pick than Minte anyway. Walter, also thanks a lot for joining the stream. Calafiori replacement. Gabriel, if you can afford him, Gabriel. If not, I don't know, Dorgu. Uh, Newcastle defender, Chow or Hall. O'Reilly is still okay as a pick. Tarkovsky is still okay as a pick. I have Grealish and Semenyo. Which players I need to choose? You have Grealish and Semenyo. So if you have Grealish and Semenyo, both of them have slightly issues. Semenyo has tougher fixtures. He's going to be a Manchester City player probably in the future. So if you're asking me which player you need to sell from those two, probably Grealish. And also Semenyo, again, I'm not sure how many hits you want to take, Luke Mananif. Hi Benjamin, Marguyu out, Welbeck or Richarlison. I would go for Welbeck probably instead of Richarlison, but bear in mind both of them, Welbeck and Richarlison, I don't think that they are amazing FPL options in the future, but short term I think that Welbeck is fine. Potential difference, thanks a lot for joining the stream. How is Bruno to Cunha? Easy, obvious move, Bruno to Cunha, and Nketiah to Voltemad. Other mids, Sobo, Foden, Minte, Semenyo, and now Cunha. I like Voltemart, just bear in mind his mates are not going to be amazing going in the future. Uh, but yeah, I like those moves. Again, if you can afford the Ekitike, if you don't have Haaland, Thiago is also okay. I like your players. Wasim He, nice. Stylema, thanks a lot for joining the stream. I sent you my team. Could you help me? I'm lost. 4 free transfer, 0.7 in the bank. Captain Ekitike over Haaland. It's not for everyone, but if you wanna captain Ekitike over Haaland, yeah, just do that. We're going to look also at your team, Poijul, just in a minute. I'm going to captain Haaland personally, but Ekitike is a fantastic option also. Wildcard, Cherky thoughts. On a wildcard, Mads, Fabian, Roin, thanks a lot for subscribing to this channel. Really appreciate the support. Hincapie. Yeah, I'm not sure what you're asking about Hincapie, but I think that is going to start, yes, this gaming, if that's the question. So Cherky, thoughts on a wildcard? I think that he's okay. I mean, if we're comparing him to someone like, I don't know, Soboslai, who's guaranteed to play 90 minutes every game on set pieces, on penalties, it really depends which type of player do you prefer. Definitely, Cherky is the more explosive player, most interesting player to own in FPL, and he's in good form at the moment, but he's also a Man City midfielder, so is he going to start all the games coming? Maybe, but maybe not also. Van Dijk to Gabriel and Rogers to Semenyo next week. Uh, no. I would just keep Van Dijk and Rogers, honestly, or O'Reilly to Gabriel and Semenyo to Cherky this week. Oh, so Semenyo to Rogers. I don't think I wouldn't sell Van Dijk to Gabriel honestly this week. No way I would do that, but yeah, fair enough. After this game week, you can do that. We game week 20, but Leeds at home is a decent fixture for Van Dijk. I wouldn't do that transfer. I can do that in my team, but I won't. I won't do that. And Semenyo to Rogers probably next week, or O'Reilly to Gabriel and Semenyo to Cherky this week. Probably I would sell. Yeah, probably that's how you're meaning it, right? Gabriel to Van Dijk to Gabriel and Semenyo to Rogers next week. I like that combo. I like that combo. Um, Hincapie to Dorgu and Minte to Soboslai -4, or just do Rodon to Dorgu and play Anderson. Uh, I would just do Rodon to Dorgu. That's what I did also in my team. I sold the Rodon to Dorgu, and playing Anderson is fine. Hincapie probably is going to start. I can't guarantee you that. Mads Fabrarin, but yeah. Minte to Sobo for -4. I just wouldn't do that. I would just play Minte probably. Still have bench boost. Will I use it now? Benjamin, if you have the bench boost, this is the last gimmick you can use it because you're going to get another bench boost from gimmick 20. So yeah. Haaland or Ekitike captain, Batman 1990. I'm just going to captain Haaland. You don't need to follow me. Again, Ekitike, Cunha, I think that all are good captaincy option. Bukayo Saka also. But I'm just going to go safe and boring probably with Erling Haaland. So that's my pick again. If you want to captain Ekitike, I don't mind it at all. Um, who to captain? Again, Rinch and Dors. Thanks a lot for joining the stream, guys. I'm just going to captain Haaland probably. Yes, that's what I mean. Thanks and sorry for the confusion. No, no problem. It was my mistake. I didn't understood correctly, but now it makes sense. Now it makes sense. So yeah, I like more the first combination. Mads. Yeah, no, I can't pronounce your name. Sorry, but I like the first one. Van Dijk to Gabriel and Semenyo to Rogers. Hitesh Gewali, is it worth to take -4 to Neto to Cunha? Probably not. Probably not because Bournemouth is a nice fixture anyway for Chelsea in Game Week 19. So over the next three, yeah, I think that Cunha is better, but to take a -4, probably not worth it, I would say. Again, it could go hugely nice for Cunha if you want to buy him, but at the same time, Neto has a decent fixture this gaming, so yeah. Best replacement for Rice, Soboslai, I don't know, Cunha, Wirtz, Foden, Anthony Gordon. not a lot of amazing standout midfield options at the moment at that price tag. You could even go for someone like Bukayo Saka if you want, or to someone like Cole Palmer. I got three best options, three Liverpool players. Pick your picks: Van Dijk or Frimpong, Wirtz, Ekitike, Dorgu, Cunha, Dalot, Hall, Gordon. Pick players from Newcastle, from Manchester United, from Liverpool, and you get your free team. Estate Holdings. I want to sell Wilson to Cunha, but I need budget. The second transfer will be Verbruggen instead of Raya, or Richarlison instead of Mateta. I I I would just sell Mateta, but probably not for Richarlison. So yeah, I like Wilson to Cunha, but and also Raya to Verbruggen if you want. It's perfectly fine. But at some point you need to get rid of Mateta also. So if I kept Mateta, it's his last week. Okay. So you can keep Mateta one last week and sell Raya to Verbruggen. Probably that makes sense. Dennis, need your help, man. Hi, Aaron. Thanks a lot for joining the stream. That's why I'm here. Richards and Rice to Dalot and Bruno Guimaraes for -4. You could go for Bruno Guimaraes. I just don't rate him that much as a pick in FPL. But again, the fixtures are pretty good. So yeah, yeah, I like it. I like it again. Probably I would just go for Soboslai, but that's also because I'm a Liverpool fan. So and he's also on penalties. Uh, but yeah, Richards to Dalot. If you want a Man United defender, I feel like if you want him just for the next three, I think that Dorgu is better than Dalot. But fair enough, if you want long term, Dalot is better. Is Gordon starting, brother? And news on Keane already taken -4 for Rice to Cunha. Um, yeah, I'm not sure if Keane is starting, honestly. Yeah, didn't saw anything about Cunha. Semenyo. The deal is almost done for Semenyo to go to Man City. Keane and Grealish are doubts. That's what I can say. Rice and Calafiori are out for Arsenal. Gabriel and Timber are with the squad. Gordon starting. There were some rumors about Gordon being on the bench, or more exactly, Harvey Barnes starting. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure about Gordon. If we get anything, I'm going to let you know, Aaron. But yeah, what are reliable sources for bench leaks, etc.? I'm just moving on Twitter and seeing again. For Man City, there are some. I don't have sources for all the teams. That's the problem. So for Newcastle, yeah, I don't have a lot of other sources. Let's take a look at what happened today. So Rodon will be out for around 3 weeks. For but if anything is going to happen, we're going to get a repost like this. Another account suggesting Keane might not play tonight. Again, cannot confirm for reliability of the source. Keane and Alcaraz are not in Everton squad tonight. These are um, the news. Somebody send me the team. So moving back to my team, um, Semenyo to Soboslai or Wirtz. Uh, I think that I sold Semenyo to Soboslai, so if you want to go the same way I gone, just go for Soboslai. I think that Wirtz is perfectly fine. I just think that Soboslai being on penalties, on some free kicks, on set pieces, and for much less money, I think that it made more sense for me to be able to buy Gabriel, to be able to buy someone like Bukayo Saka, someone like Cole Palmer in the future. I have almost 3 millions in the bank, as you can see. So for me, it made more sense to buy Soboslai, but Wirtz is also okay. Roman Boniseni, Minte to Sobo for free. Mm, I guess. I don't think that is such a huge difference between Minte and Soboslai. I think that Minte is going to start, honestly. I know that he was benched against Arsenal, but when he came in against Arsenal, Brighton were looking much, much better. So I am expecting Minte to came back in the starting 11 now. For free, Soboslai is on penalties. That's what he has over Minte. And yeah, I'm not sure. Mads Fabiarine for free. It feels like a luxury transfer, you know? It feels like a transfer you not need to do this game week. Minte to Soboslai. Hi, Nikos. Thanks a lot for joining. Please help. Yeah, you don't need to spam. I am reading pretty much all the questions. I own Rice, Van de Berg, Richards, and Keane, so you have a lot of doubts in your team. Sorry about that. And must start three of them with one free transfer. Do I take a hit? And if so, which transfer would you recommend? So, what we know so far is that Rice definitely is going to be out. Other than that, if you need to play three of them, and you don't have any other options on your bench, then yeah, you need to make some moves. And I would the problem is I would like to keep Richards and Keane for the long term if possible. So Vandenberg to someone like Dorgu is nice. Uh, s- if you can go for someone like Gabriel, if you can go for uh, who is starting, Raya or Pickford? I would start. I would start Raya, I think. Captain Cunha, how it would be? Could be amazing, could be horrible, right? MK Sakil Bahasan. But I think that he's my vice captain, as you can see. Hoktua, hey mate, should I do Senesi, Rice, and Guyo to Dorgo Anderson, and Thiago for -4? I don't think that I would like to buy Anderson from Nottingham Forest for -4. But yeah, if you don't have any more money, then if you really need those players to play, Senesi is okay to play if you're forced to play him, right? I would not sell him if you're not forced to sell. Rice and Guyu, again, if you want to change your structure, then yeah, you can do that. Uh, I choose Gravenberg, mate. Nice, nice. Good luck. Good luck with your pick, Hitesh Gewali. I just don't. Again, I like Gravenberg. I like him because obviously I'm a Liverpool fan, but I just don't rate him that much as a Liverpool option. Yeah, I don't see the. Yeah, now I see your team. For Jul, um, Timber Collins, Keane. I'm not sure how many free transfer do you have. Four free transfers. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I would buy definitely Cunha for Semenyo. Uh, Probably, I don't know. You have a decent squad, honestly. I'm not sure how much money you have. So let's say Semenyo to Cunha, then your midfield is fine. And then, yeah, just go for a Dorgu, maybe a Chow from Newcastle, probably instead of Richards if you want, or instead of Keane. I would still think that I would keep Timber for this gaming. Other than that, your team looks okay. Considering that you have 4 free transfer, Poi Jewel, probably I would like to take a punt on someone like Dorgu for the next 3. So yeah, Collins or Keane to Dorgu, maybe buying someone like Hall or Chow from Newcastle, and also Cunha for Semenyo. I think that's it. I can do Rice to someone low and Van de Berg to Gabriel for -4. Should I do it? I mean, it depends how much low you need to buy that midfielder. If you want to buy someone like Enzo Lefeo or someone like Potts, probably instead of Rice, and Van de Berg for Gabriel, you still have, yeah, you're still going to have some problems if, let's say, Keane or Richards, no one of them is going to start. Let's wait and see if we get any more news. Uh, Usually, I don't really like to take -4, but in your situation, Nichols, it's pretty tough. Crystal Palace are doing horrible football right now. Where are the clean sheets, man? Yeah, I mean they had some tough fixtures to be honest. But yeah, again, Fulham at home is a nice fixture if you still have Crystal Palace players. After that, the fixtures are not amazing for them, so I'm not so sure how long we're going to keep our Crystal Palace defenders. Sell Rice to Cherky and Semenyo to Gravenberch, Soboslai. Yeah, I like those transfers. Ayananis. Probably I would sell Semenyo to Soboslai instead of Gravenberg, definitely. Peder Olsen, Holman, thanks a lot for joining the stream. Really good to see you. Should I captain Ekitike, Cunha, or Haaland? Went from 1 to 3 in my mini league after getting 18 points last week. Oh, that's rough. I had also 39 and my week was horrible. Uh, Again, I'm going to captain Haaland. It really depends how risky you want to go. If you want to bet against Haaland, I would go probably for Cunha, as you can see from my team. But yeah, Hall or Chow, Pawan, Sigdel. Chow is the safer pick and cheaper pick. Hall is the most exciting defender to own from Newcastle, definitely. The only problem is with burnout, I think that the minutes should be okay for Hall. The only problem is if he can sustain playing week in, week out, playing all the games, starting all the games. But I like more Hall. But if you want to go more safe, just pick Chow for one leads. Hopefully that's going to be the case. If Liverpool can keep a clean sheet, I would love to see that, or at least Van Dijk to score 2 headers. That will do. That will do. Okay, so if you do Van de Beek to Gabriel, I have 6 millions for midfielder. Who should I get if I do it? Uh, I'm not sure how is your team structured. If you're playing a 3-5-2, 3-4-3, if you have someone like Guyu in your team, if you want to have a that spot in midfield, just go for someone like Potts from West Ham. Uh, and yeah, because after until 6 millions, you could go for someone like Minte probably, but I'm just not sure if I would buy Minte if I didn't own him already. So probably Potts and save that cash. Minte to Sobo or do Rodon to Dorgu? I think that Rodon to Dorgu makes more sense for your team, at least Mads, Fabiarin, because Minte is fine, I think, for the next two. I'm not sure about Hall. Still a short-term pick, in my opinion. Once Livramento Botman Born comes back, his spots might be contested. I mean, yeah, but again, Hall, when he's fit, he's pretty much first choice left back for Newcastle. He didn't play this season because he was injured. But again, maybe he's much more of a short-term pick than someone like Chow, right? I agree with that. Um, what do you think about Rise to Shade with a -4? If you really need uh, that spot of Rice to play in your starting 11, then do a -4. But other than that, I would just play your bench player and keep Rice on the bench, Faz Sport. So yeah. So with my team, I'm going to start a poll uh, to see who would you start. Minte, Lacroix, Anderson. Now I'm pretty much torn between Lacroix and Minte, but I think that I'm leaning towards Minte. Please let me know, guys, which player would you start if you were in my place? Um, Guardiol, Richards, Keane. Yeah, Mukiele, Saka, Foden, Minte, Anderson, Rice, Haaland, Ekitike, Guyu. Okay, so you have Guyu. Probably doesn't make a lot of sense to have another cheap spot. Oh, so you have Anderson already, Nikosh. Uh, I'm not sure if I would go for Gabriel honestly in your place because I don't know. I don't know. It consumes all of your budget, and you have already Minte. There aren't a lot of good options under 6 millions for midfielders, so I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure, but Roy is fine. Guardiola is fine. If you have to play Mukiele, so be it. He's going to get defensive contributions against Man City. Uh, yeah, you have a lot of money in your defense. That's the problem. You could, uh, yeah, in the future try to not have. I mean, again, my advice would be to not have Ryan Martinez, two really expensive goalkeepers, because it gets a lot of your budget, and now you can't really do a lot of moves. Because if you could do something like Rice to Sobo and also buy Gabriel, that would be perfect from my point of view. But yeah, really, my opinion is Bourne plays left back when everyone's fit. Maybe that's going to be the case. But Hall played a lot of games last season when he was fit, and yeah, he was the first left back for Newcastle. Bourne played as a center back, but who knows? Who knows, right? Rice replacements, Trossard. No, I wouldn't go for Trossard. Again, he could be nice. I mean, no, he's not even nice short term. The fixtures are horrible for Arsenal. I wouldn't go for Trossard. Too much of a minutes risk, I think. Soboslai, Gordon, Cunha, Foden. These are the picks if you want to replace Rice, probably. Um, One free transfer. What should I do? Hincapie to Gabriel, roll, or probably I would just play Hincapie. I think that he's going to start. Timber the same, and buy Gabriel when you can buy him for free, probably. Can Arquitas. Probably I would just roll with your team. I think their best backline should be Burn, Botman, Chao, Livramento. Maybe, but I don't know. Hall played amazing against Man United. I just really like him. I think that he offers much more than Burn, attacking wise, of course. My doub, doubtful players: Timber, Keane, Rice, Semenyo, Thiago. Thiago Semenyo probably should be fine, I would say, I guess. But yeah, a lot of them. Okay, I'll start Mukiele and roll the transfer, but should I bench Richards or Van de Berg? Probably I will start Richards. Hopefully he's going to start or not be involved at all. I think that Richards definitely is better than Van de Berg this week if he's going to start. I will start Minte purely because Fulham attackers are in form and Lacroix might not get a clean sheet. So if it comes to attacking threat, Minte is the obvious pick. Yeah, the only problem with Minte are the minutes. I think that he's going to start. I hope that the minutes are going to be better this game week. So yeah, I'm leaning towards Minte. But if Lacroix is going to keep a clean sheet, get defensive contributions, maybe score a header, yeah, it would feel horrible, but it is what it is. Should I play Rogers instead of Minte? No, I think that I will start Minte ahead of Rogers. Hi, Panka Perek, thanks a lot for joining. One free transfer, do I sacrifice 8 points to get Cunha? No, probably not. Guardiola, O'Reilly, James, Gay, pretty decent squad. Beards, Bruno Guimaraes, Haaland, Ekitike, Thiago. So you're playing just 2 midfielders? 3 midfielders. Oh, 4-3-3. Okay. Senesi, Wharton, Rolfs, and Wilson. Okay. No. If you can't buy Cunha for free by selling, I don't know. And I'm not sure if you don't have money in the bank, right, Panka? So I would not take a -8 just to buy Cunha. Definitely not. If you can buy him for free, then fair enough. But you have a lot of money into your defense. That's why you can't afford Cunha, right? Rumors are Minte is benched. Really? I could do Minte to Gordon, honestly, uh, and just get rid of him. But is Gordon starting? Yeah. Please tell us the source, not Nepo, if you saw something about Minte. I don't see anything. Michael Keane and Carlos Alcaraz, there are a lot of sources suggesting that Keane is not with the squad uh, for Everton. Personally, I don't mind playing Rogers. I really love him as a player. Yeah, same. Any news on Timber? Not really. I mean, some sources are saying that he's with the squad, others are saying that he's not with the squad. Now, if I'm going to give my opinion, I think that Timber is going to start. Uh, but I would just keep probably if I had him. Flash, thanks a lot for joining also. Hi, Adam Fekets, thanks a lot for joining. Would you rather start Harry Wilson or Dominic Calvert-Lewin? Thank you. Probably Dominic Calvert-Lewin just because he's on penalties, but yeah, pretty much that's it. I mean, he's in great form. How can I say no to Dominic Calvert-Lewin, right? Start Anderson, Wilson, or Coyote. I would start. I think that I would start Wilson, honestly. Hi, Thomas. I said my team. Yeah, we're going to take a look at that. Thanks a lot for joining. Who to start? Van Heck or Anderson or Fulham? I would start Van Heck. I would start Van Heck instead of Anderson. Definitely. So Batman, zero transfers. Okay. Holla, Kra, Milenkovic, Virgil, Wirtz, Minte, Nico Gonzalez. Interesting pick. Bowen, Ekitike. Yeah. Yeah. No, nothing wrong with your team. Starting Pickford ahead of Raya. Maybe. I guess, yeah. Again, Arsenal could keep a clean sheet against Aston Villa, but definitely it's not an easy fixture or anything like that. So if you want to start Pickford, that's perfectly fine. Don't mind it at all. And yeah, other than that, your team looks okay. Okay, guys, so what am I gonna do with my team? That's the problem. If I was to sell Minte, I have 8.8 millions in the bank. Now, yeah, I can't buy Beats because I have already 3 players from Liverpool. Playing bench boost, I have Kamara. Aston Villa suspended. Should I get a transfer for -4 points? I have 6.3 millions. I mean, yeah, but you can't afford Soboslai, you can't afford Kudus, you can't even afford Grealish. You can afford Minte, but yeah, probably you should transfer in some player, but yeah. Bika Suba, yeah, Dorgu is. I bought Dorgu last night, so he's confirmed in my team. Yes. Is Saliba a good option? He's okay, but if now that Gabriel is back, I think that Gabriel is the best defender in not in the Premier League, but is the best defender in FPL. So I think that he's better than Saliba. Is this your team 100%? I still have one free transfer, so I might uh, do something, but yeah, really. I mean, you can get Dorgu for Senesi, but to take a -8 to buy Cunha, I'm just not sure if it's going to be worth it. But yeah, just go if you feel it. Panka Perek, just go for it. Chetri, Gabriel, O'Reilly, Van Heck, Anderson, which three to start? I would start Gabriel if you have him, definitely. O'Reilly and Van Heck. Yeah, I would just bench Anderson. Uh, Gravenberg for -4. No, no, I would not buy Gravenberch even for free. Honestly, Ridwan Islam. So for -4, no. No, definitely not. So you send me Thomas on Instagram, okay. We have 14 minutes, so I need to who to start, and it's kind of a mess right now. Frimpong, Van Heck, Keane, yeah, Miley, Foden, Cunha, Kevin, Ekitike, Bowen, Haaland. So you need to start these players definitely. Rice and Esteve probably are going to be out. Yeah, that's how I would start, Thomas. How you send me your team on Instagram. Anderson is nice to have a cover on the bench, but that's it pretty much. Keane starts. I'm not sure. I'm going to let you know if I get any more news about Keane, but the sources. It's looking like he's not with the Everton squad. So yeah, Merino, Zubimendi, Odegaard midfield. I'm trying to see if we get something, but yeah. Nothing yet. Check my team, please. I checked your team, Batman. I checked your team. I checked your team on screen, Batman. Whoops, not here. But yeah, 0 transfers. Yeah, I said it. I would just play like you're playing here, Anderson on the bench, and just play your players, roll the transfer, don't take a hit. The team is fine. The team is fine. Um, Dalot or Hall. Hall is a more exciting pick, I think, than Dalot and better long term, but yeah. Anderson, Fulham, or Konsa, and is Voldemar captain a good option? I don't think so. I don't think so because Voldemar could play just 60 minutes with Wisa back, Advik Chudari. So yeah, I would start Anderson from Fulham instead of Konsa and not captain Voldemar. Adam Dine, I don't know what to do at all. I'm so stuck. I'm so stuck. 5 free transfers. Pick for Virgil Timber, Anderson, Saka, Foden, Bruno Guimaraes, Reinders, Haaland, Thiago, or Dubravka, Wilson, Richards, Rodon. Probably sell Rodon to Adorgu because you have 5 free transfers. Have some fun. Have some fun. Maybe sell Reinders to a Soboslai. Or to a Cunha, Soboslai, Gordon. Try to pick from these players. Maybe sell Raul to Obi from Man United to have some money to upgrade Reinders to Acuna Soboslai. And yeah, in defense, your team is decent, but yeah, Rodon to Dorgu, yeah. It's so tough to Dalot starts. Probably yes, I would expect so. Palmer captain, I wouldn't go there. I'm sorry, I thought the comment was deleted. No problem, no problem. What is the best Rice replacement? I have Cunha, Foden, Wilson, and Rice. Gordon, Soboslai, Cherky, if you don't have three Man City players. Dennis, what do you think about Enzo? Will he start? I would say so, yeah. Enzo is not injured or something like that, right? Hope you have a nice weekend and many points. Thanks you for answer. Thanks a lot, Adam Fackets, for joining the stream. Really appreciated. And have a nice weekend. Happy holidays, guys. Yeah, no news yet. No news yet. And I don't know what I'm going to do. So, Adam Barnes sent me his team. 5 free transfers. Okay. Yeah, I would sell Rodon to Dorgu. As I said before, Reinders to Acuna to a Soboslai. Probably that I would do. You could even sell Timber to Dorgu if you need the money. Upgrade Reinders to Cunha. Other than that, your team looks okay. Just buy another Newcastle defender, probably instead of Rodon or Richards. Play Van Dijk, Dorgu, Chow, backline or Hall, and other than that is fine. Adam. Mate, is Semenyo must sell? Is he playing given his imminent transfer? Probably I would say that 80% Semenyo is still going to play, but after that, I think that he's going to be a sell, yeah. Now, not necessarily this week, but the fixture is also horrible against Chelsea away anyway, so If you don't have free transfers to sell Semenyo, just keep him. Probably he's going to start. Hope you have a nice weekend. Have you decided on your final team yet? I mean, keep answering questions, so I can't really think too much about my team. But yeah, probably I'm just going to I'm just going to wait and see if Minte or someone like that is benched. But probably I'm just going to keep Minte, yeah, and just roll the other transfer. Romero or Saliba. I mean, I think Romero is better for the short term. Would you have Frimpong or Van Dijk in a frit? Probably Frimpong. Start Henderson or Sanchez. I would start Sanchez, only Zipper. Start two from Dorgu. Definitely you need to start Dorgu. If you have Dorgu, just start him. He's one of the best options for this game week. Wilson, Anderson. Okay, so I would start Dorgu and Wilson probably. Thanks. How are you feeling with your team for this game week? I mean, again, the last two game weeks were horrible for me, so yeah, what I could do, I could just sell Minte to Gordon, but again, selling someone like Minte, who I'm not sure how good are the minutes, to someone like Gordon, who I'm not sure about the minutes. Yeah, I'm debating between Minte and Lacroix to start this gaming, but probably I'm just going to go for the attacker. Other than that, yeah, my defense is fine. I don't have so many problems. I have still one free transfer, 3 millions in the bank, so I'm in a good position theoretically for the future. Go for Bruno G for Minte. I don't really like Bruno Guimaraes as an FPL pick. Uh, so yeah, I would rather just go for Gordon, honestly. Or maybe I will buy Cunha for Bruno Guimaraes. Yeah, that's also an option. I think that Cunha is better. 6 minutes. Oh no, 6 minutes and I need to decide. The thing is, I don't know, having two free transfers next game week, I think that is going to be useful. At some point, I will buy Gabriel. I will buy maybe someone like Cole Palmer. I will need to sell Cunha at some point. Okay, not short term, but after 3 game weeks. Uh, Beto will score this game. Yeah, Gordon or Bruno. Gordon, I think, for me. But whom to start, Romero or Saliba? Oh, who to start? Probably Saliba. Probably Saliba, but I'm not really expecting clean sheets for Arsenal or Spurs, to be honest. So just go with the pick you feel better. Yo, Dennis, do I take a -4 to get Cunha in and Semenyo out? I mean, Spirality, if you're okay with taking the hit, then it's okay. I think that Cunha is really good for the next 3 and should be worth the -4 hit. But Semenyo is also probably going to play this gaming, so uh, he's okay. That's all. Yeah, I mean, Dorgu is such a nice punt for the next 3 punt. Kaperek, hopefully he's going to save my season. But yeah, he's on 4 yellow cards. Remember, guys, that's the only problem with Dorgu. If he's going to get a yellow card, he's going to miss the next one. So be aware of that. But if he's not going to get the yellow card against Wolverhampton, they are going to reset after this gaming. Start Rogers or Anderson. Probably Rogers. Tanuja Aurora, but yeah. Chalobah or Tarkovsky on wildcard. Probably Chalobah. Flipication, I like him more for the long term. Cunha or Voltemart for the vice captaincy. Cunha, Harshi for sure. Cunha for the vice captaincy. Um, yeah, it's not looking like we're going to get any more leaks. So probably this is how I'm going to play. Honestly. Should I play Lacroix over O'Reilly? Maybe not the best idea to think about that right now. Should I play Lacroix over Thiago? A lot of headaches for me at the moment. Thanks, mate. You're very helpful. Thanks a lot, Flipication. Hopefully, it's going to be helpful for you. Thanks a lot for joining the stream. Dennis, are you a Liverpool fan? Yes. Yes, I am. You can see from my team. I mean, not from my team, but yeah, I'm a Liverpool fan. Can you please explain why Cunha? Cunha is the second best captaincy option for me after Haaland. He's a midfielder. He's going to get extra points for goals, for clean sheets. He's likely on penalties. He has the best fixture. He's playing the worst team in the Premier League at home. So yeah, I just think that he's better slightly than Ekitike, right? All Cunha, Ekitike, Haaland, Saka, all these four are pretty good captaincy options. Uh, but with Voldemort again, it's minus risk there. Enzo Lefebvre, Senesi, bench order first and second. Probably Senesi first. Good luck, good luck, Heilotsvile. Yeah, nothing on Timber. I would just keep Timber, honestly. Uh, 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 uh. I'm holding on to Semenyo for one more week. 1 minute, guys. Make sure you lock in your teams. This Richards to Dorgu. Nice, Abu G81. Good luck. Uh, so yeah, I think that I'm rolling. I'm rolling the other free transfer. It is what it is. Hopefully Minte can reward my patience. I had Minte for such a long period of time, and I got just one haul from him. So again, when you don't know what to do, just roll, just roll the free transfer, right? So this is what I'm going to do. If I don't know, Mint is going to play against Burnley next gaming, I have other things to do. My defense is okay. I think O'Reilly, Virgil van Dijk, Dorgu, Cunha, Foden, Soboslai. Really happy with my team. Thiago and Minte are the only doubts in my team, who I'm not sure if they're going to start, but yeah, I think that I'm locked in. Lacroix first on the bench. Hopefully, if some players are going to miss, they're going to miss completely. Uh, and yeah, I think that we are locked in. Time's up. Enough is enough. Thanks a lot, guys, for joining the stream. We're going to stay here to see the lineups for more 50 minutes. Thanks a lot for joining. Leave a like if you're going out. Happy holidays to every one of you, and good luck in Game Week 19. Hopefully, we can get a green arrow. Um, yeah, no more news. No more news. Um, just a second, guys. Thanks a lot, Dennis. Good work. Thanks a lot, Abu G81, for being here. Really appreciate the support. 32 likes. Thanks a lot, guys. Let's see. Next gaming, Dennis. I will have 3 free transfer and we can then get a good Semenyo replacement. Hopefully. I still waited to get some good replacements, but I ended up on buying Soboslai. So at the moment, I don't know. There aren't a lot of good midfielders on the horizon. Thoughts on Welbeck? Willy Wonka, if you have Welbeck, I would just keep him probably for this game. You can start him. Other than that, it's just you never know when he's going to start pretty much. That's what happened in the last few game weeks. But yeah, the deadline is over. So if you had him, it's too late to change. Overall, I like if we knew Welbeck would play, I don't know, 90 minutes every game week, I really like him as a pick. But other than that, at the moment there are too many problems with uh, the below 7 million market is bad for mids. I mean, yeah, Declan Rice is okay, but he's over 7. Sobosla is okay. Minte was okay, but if he can get better minutes, then he could be a decent pick. But yeah, I mean, there aren't a lot of good midfield. Kudus could be an option at some point, I guess. Was it worth to do a -4 for Rice to Cunha and Calafiori to Dalot? We're going to see that Hitesh Gewali after the gaming is going to end. So for now, it's tough to say that it was worth to take a -8. Usually, I would try to not take a -8, but again, everyone's team is different. Maybe you had more problems than me. Maybe you were forced to take those hits. And Rice to Cunha, I think that Cunha is way better than Rice for the next 3 anyway. Calafiori is out. So again, Dalot for the next 3, I like him. Let's hope Man United can do something, can keep some clean sheets. And yeah, hopefully it's going to be worth for you and for me. So yeah, this was my team, guys, for this game week. 2 free transfers for game week 20. Let's see what we have on Twitter. Interesting picks. I wish Man United should not get a clean sheet. Why? Let them get the clean sheet, man. Let them get the clean sheet for us in FPL. Whole starts for anyone who doubted him. Frimpong, we think that he will start. Because I don't have any United players. How so? You just said that you took a -8 to buy Cunha and Dalot. Now we wait. Nah, bro, I was just asking that was it worthy or not. I will not do any hits in the game. Okay, okay, so you were just testing me. Hitesh Gewali. Okay, then fair enough. I mean, it's not going to hurt you that much if I get a clean sheet for Dorgu, right? Not everyone is going to have Dorgu, so just leave me that clean sheet. Hi Noel Joe, thanks a lot for joining. Lewis Potter against Tottenham or Harry Wilson against Crystal Palace, who to go for? I mean, the deadline is over, so you can't change your team now, Noel, sadly. But to answer your question, probably Lewis Potter against Tottenham, much more interesting pick. Hi Dennis, my final team is Raya Gay, Dorgu Hall, really nice defense. Foden, Saka, Neto, Gordon, Haaland, Ekitike, and Cunha. Nice. Nice team. Nice team. Hopefully, you're going to get the green arrow. Koig. But yeah, it's looking good for you. Harry transferred again Saka. Nice hit, Ergewali. Good luck. Good luck this game week with your team. Interesting picks there. I started Wilson. And hopefully he scores. Yeah, good luck, Noel. Your team looks nice. Foden, Cunha, Cherky, Wilson, Ekitike, and Haaland. Yeah, the team looks nice. I don't see who's your goalkeeper, but probably is Raya, right? Voltemat, Rogers, Timber, danger for me. Yeah, for me too. For me too. 16 people also on the live stream. Thanks a lot for joining. Really appreciate the support. Don't forget to leave a like, hit that subscribe button if you're new around the channel. Um, yeah, hope you're going to enjoy the content here. Which are the fixtures? First fixtures, West Ham, Brighton. So let's see. Let's see if Minte is starting. Forest, Everton, Chelsea, Bournemouth, and Burnley, Newcastle. Let's see if I made the right decision not selling Minte to Gordon. Probably not. Raya. Yeah, I guessed it. What's your team selection? This was my team. I bought in Dorgu for Rodon and Soboslai for Semenyo. I still have one. I will have two free transfers for 20 and 2.8 millions in the bank. I could have made another transfer, but yeah, that's how I ended up. Hopefully Minte is going to start. Hopefully Thiago is going to start. Other than that, hopefully Liverpool can learn to keep a clean sheet once again. But yeah, this was my team. Ranked 377k. My last two game weeks were horrible. I got two big red arrows. But what you can do, what you can do. We just try to improve the team, right? Every game week, and yeah, at some point you need to have some luck in this game. That's a solid team. Thanks a lot, Noel John. Hopefully, I had the same impression last week when I had a solid team and I got just 38 points, something like that. So, yeah. How is my team? What do you think personally? Personally, I think that, as I said so many times, Gravenberg, I don't see him as such an amazing FPL option. But again, because he's playing against Leeds, because he has decent fixtures, he could be okay for defensive contributions and all that stuff. I just don't think that he's going to get so many attacking returns. Other than that, Smith-Rowe is fine. The fixtures for Fulham are not great long term, but he's an okay pick. Voldemort, just not sure about him because of the substitutions, because of Wisa. Other than that, I like the fixtures for Newcastle. And yeah, other than that, Konate, Virgil van Dijk, really brave to double up on Liverpool defense. But yeah, for this week is fine. And yeah, probably Neto is going to be a more interesting pick after the fixtures are going to get better for Chelsea. Uh, so yeah, other than that, I like that you have Rogers lined up from next game week on. I like him as a pick. Gusto, again, I'm not sure he starts every game week, and Calvert-Lewin is just Calvert-Lewin. He's scoring every game week, but uh, sadly for him, I'm just I don't know. I don't feel like I need to have a pick like Calvert-Lewin in my team. Talking about my team structure, of course. For defenders first time, good luck. Smith-Rowe ain't in good form. Yeah, probably, but so let's see the teams. Gordon starts, of course. He starts, Miley starts, Chow, Hall, Pope. Pope is starting again, so he's back. Semenyo is starting. No surprises for Bournemouth. For Chelsea, Sanchez, Chaloba, Gusto. So James is on the bench. João Pedro is on the bench. Okay. Palmer is starting. Neto is on the bench. Sadly for you, Hitesh. Minte is starting. Thank God. Thank God. Yeah. Okay. I'm happy. I'm happy Minte is starting. I feel less bad now, but by not selling Minte to Gordon. Visa over Voltemad. James on the bench. Visa is also starting. Yeah, that was the problem with Voltemart, as I said before. Keane is not starting. Grealish is not starting. Esteve is back. Voltemart is bench, but that was always the risk with Voltemart. Sadly, now that Visa is back, they are going to share the minutes. Now probably Voltemart is going to start the next gaming, and he's going to came in anyway against Burnley. So who knows? Maybe you still can get something out of Voltemart, but yeah, Newcastle are rotating. Gordon, Voltemart, Visa, all these players are going to be rotated because they have a lot of depth in attack, and yeah. So yeah, for me, this is pretty much the resume, right? Andy is doing here. Minte and Welbeck start. Voldemort is bench. Gordon starts. Paqueta starts. Uh, yeah, a lot of rotation as we expected for this gaming. Probably James will come on second half. Do just hoping for a clean sheet. I mean, if James is going to came in for the second half, you're not going to get the clean sheet, sadly, Noel. So yeah. Yeah, luckily for me, I was on the lucky part um of the rotations, at least for now. Minte is starting for me, so yeah. Keane is not in the squad, so you're going to get another midfielder for him. So anyway, this was my team for Game Week 19. Let's see. Let's see how bad can it go. I have just Minte starting in these fixtures. Yeah. So good luck to me. Good luck to me. I'm just finished. Lol Neto and Voltemart are bench. Again, this is the risk with players like Neto and Voltemart, but yeah, sorry. You need okay, then I'm hoping he doesn't come on so my Lewis Potter can sub in. Yeah, probably that's the best case scenario for you. Or just for Rhys James to came in and score a free kick or something like that in the second half. Anyway, good luck guys for Game Week 19. Thanks a lot for being here with me. Koig, Hitesh Giwali, Noel, John, really appreciate the support. I'm just going to go. Now enjoy the holidays. Happy New Year for you, because I'm not sure if I'm going to upload another video until 1st of January. So thanks again for being here all this year. Really appreciate the support. Leave a like on your way out. Hit that subscribe button if you're around here, and I'm going to see you next time. Have a nice afternoon. Bye.